Baturdays, Baturdays. Omnidog in the miniature of comics. Talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the fact. Baturdays, Baturdays, Baturdays in the BatCave.
Heyo, welcome to Baturdays of the BatCave on Omnidog's Vault, where I've got Johnny Boy from Dying Breed Collectors, who's up to something's cooking in his kitchen, it looks like. What do you have going on, Johnny?
Well, throwing some salt there on my pizza pie that I'm going to throw into the oven there.
Your pizza pie?
My pizza pie from Trader Joe's. Does Trader Joe's exist on the East Coast? Is that a thing?
It does, yeah. It's kind of far from us, but
okay. Yeah, I know that in some places they're not very common, but yeah.
Wait, yeah, you're from Chicago. Why aren't you getting like a deep dish, some tavern style pizza thing delivered to you? You like it burnt practically, right?
Oh yeah, that's good that you remember that because I'm gonna burn this sucker. Yeah, I do live in a suburb now. Remember that, and yeah, the pizza places around me are just okay in the suburb I'm at. Yeah, and I had one of these in the oven, and I thought a $5 pizza tonight just sounded better than a $25 pizza. So
yeah, totally.
Yeah, so that's what's up. But yeah, and I get to bust out. I totally didn't actually plan this. You get to see my pizza cutter. I have a Ninja Turtles pizza cutter. It's like Raphael Sai, so it's got like the handle like that, but it's a pizza cutter instead of a Sai.
Okay.
So that's a thing too.
So thanks to James for the great thumbnail, which has Sasmer saying, "Sweep the leg, Johnny." I could be playing Mr. Miyagi. Is the other guy the bad guy?
So Johnny Lawrence is the bad guy, but yeah, Mr. Miyagi mentors the good guy, Danielson.
Right. Gosh, call me Top Gun. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in forever. Good to have you here. Okay, James is here. Fears does not exist in this Omnidog's vault, does it? Was that from Karate Kid?
Absolutely. Fear does not exist in this dojo, does it?
Oh, is that the bad guy saying it or the good guy?
It is the bad guy. They didn't say Omnidog's vault in the movie, unfortunately.
What?
Or in the TV show. I know, I couldn't believe it either. I'm like, what is this? And actually, okay, wait. I totally didn't plan this, but once I saw this was the next shirt in line, I couldn't believe it. I even got my Cobra Kai All Valley Tournament Cobra Kai t-shirt. Cobra Kai's the bad guys. Yeah, but it was the next shirt in the pile. It was not planned out to wear that. The top shirt was the planned one, the Captain America shirt. Oh,
nice. And where did James get that picture of you? I like what he did to me, but he just put a bandana thing around my forehead. Where did he grab that?
That wasn't real. I thought that was you in a bandana. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, remember I did wear the headband last time, and I do just wear a headband around. Do you kind of remember that? Because people were saying something last time.
Oh, I don't. I feel like, wait, we hung out at Baltimore Con,
and then I've been on the show once.
I had you on before Baltimore Con, right?
I was on since then, one time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I wore my headband that I wear to the gym. So the way the headband goes, it connects to this and it connects to the picture I just grabbed that I'm going to show off to have something to talk about. So when I decided to grow my hair out like this, where I have the side short, I was going to wear a bandana underneath. I was just like, oh, I'll wear a bandana. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, which is going to be very relevant to this conversation, is
Can't wait.
it's my favorite movie ever. It just is like I like have loved it since I was a kid. It came out the year I was born. Favorite movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So in that movie, the foot soldiers wear thin red headbands with the Shredder's logo on it, right?
Okay.
So I was like, oh man, you know what? Instead of a headband or instead of a bandana, I want to get one of those things to wear. So they don't actually make them. So I found a thin red headband on Amazon, and then I found someone who makes the patch. So I got it in, sewed it together, boom, started wearing it around. Like I just wear it around because I think it looks cool. And I don't care if anyone thinks I'm lame, whatever. So, because some people do. Like some people have said some stuff, and I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Whatever. People call me Karate Kid on the street sometimes. But so, anyways, how this connects to what I want to show you. Maybe like a month ago, the actor who played Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was going to be at a little convention right around the corner from me, like in a hotel. Like it wasn't
from your favorite movie ever, from your favorite Shredder from your favorite movie ever.
Yeah, and even the voice actors from the cartoon were there, like Rob Paulson and the Ninja Turtles, all four of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like a little Turtles thing. So I went to meet him. And when I went to meet him, now, okay, I'd been wearing that headband around for maybe like 3 or 4 months. Not a person, not a soul had been like, oh, is that from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Nobody. And I was like, I kind of thought like maybe 1 or 2 people might know. Nobody says a word. I go up to James Saito is his name. I go up to his table. Nobody's there. It was the most depressing convention I've ever been to in my life. I hate to say. Yeah, I know. It was a bummer. But it is what it is. But yeah, so I just walk right up to his table, and I'm like, Master Shredder. And he points right to my headband, and he's like, oh, this guy came prepared. And I was like, dude, you're the first one to recognize it. And like, you're Master Shredder. Like, holy, this couldn't have been any better. So the picture is from when I met him. So what I did was I had him take a picture tying the headband on, because in the movie, when you become a foot soldier, he like ties the headband on. So I'm like, dude, did you tie it on? And he did.
That is pretty cool.
So this is the signed picture I got.
Let me highlight you.
Yeah, and so the reason I went with this photo was this is not in the movie at all. This is like a definite just promo shot. Like it was just done for a promo. So because they're not in the mountains, and then like usually I would want something that's like a black background because but I thought this really highlighted his outfit instead of because like the movie's kind of dark, so I thought dark would go better. But then when I saw this, I'm like, no, you can really like see his outfit. So that's one of my stories, man. And so the picture's from there. That's where that picture's from. There you go.
Nice. And Javi's here. My buddy Chris Brogan, who I met in person, is here. Mr. Tex. Thank you, Javi. Yeah, that's what I was just watching. I just got done watching the Mets-Yankees. Javi, I believe, is a Dodgers fan, so we probably won't be talking to him very much today.
Well, oh man, I got baseball stuff to tell you too. Who won the Yankees-Mets game? I hope it was the Mets.
12-6, the Mets.
Did they really? Okay.
Yeah, Brandon Nimmo hit his 3rd grand slam of the year.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see what the Cubs did yesterday? I actually watched the Cubs game yesterday, dude, because they were playing the Cardinals. It was January.
Because you have a Cubs tattoo from when they won the World Series in 2016.
Because they're fun to watch for the first time in like a decade. They hit 8 home runs, which was a franchise record for a single game.
I think I saw a headline about that, or I saw a blurb on the Mets game about that.
I was so happy. I couldn't believe that was the game I chose to watch. I haven't watched a Cubs game all year, and that's the one. So cool.
Yeah, and here's Rami. What up, Rami? And yet you have a tattoo of the Cubs, your hometown team.
I do.
And you're still saying you love Atlanta. I do not understand you at all.
Boy, howdy, do they suck though? You know who's been way better to watch is Detroit. Have you watched Detroit this year? They're fun.
I haven't, but they've got some awesome. They got an awesome young pitcher,
and they have a hobby. They have their own hobby, just like we do. Ours is better, but that one's an all-star. But so is ours. But the other one's good. Ours is better. What's up, Javi?
Who's ours? You're
You just said this is Javi. I don't
our
know.
hobby. You mean like Omnidog's hobby?
That's
I thought
what
you
I'm
meant
saying.
like the Braves hobby.
Oh no. All right. Javier Hernandez. My dude.
Yarny wants Americans to describe what a Butterfinger, one of my favorite candy bars. Do you have one with you?
No, but okay. Do you know they just started making, I think they're new, maybe they're not, Butterfinger ice cream bars. You know, they have Snicker ice cream bars. Now they have Butterfinger ones. And I just bought one 2 nights ago. And I was talking about it with my cousin yesterday. There's nothing like a Butterfinger. So I cannot believe that the next day someone's like, describe it. Jess, try.
Boy, I don't know. First of all, it sticks to your teeth. Like most of it sticks into your molars and the sides of your teeth because it's and so you get to enjoy it like 3 hours for 3 hours because you're just running your tongue over it. Well, you don't. I know Europeans don't like the taste of American chocolate, and that's fine. So it's milk chocolate, and it's this peanut butter-ish. It's kind of hard, but not hard like a Heath bar, but it's not soft like a Milky Way type thing. It's got this peanut butter filling that's crunchy. It looks smooth, but once you start chomping on it, it's really sticky and crunchy. I don't know. It's pretty close to being my favorite candy bar. Because the peanut butter and the chocolate go really well together. I don't know what a European a European candy bar would be similar to. I don't know. Maybe Aku, what's up? Can you describe Butterfinger better than I can? Call me Top Gun, man. I haven't bought a comic in a while. I've been focusing mostly on music. Any good new releases I should look out for? Buddy. Yeah.
There hasn't been a good punk album since 1987. No, I don't know.
I think he's talking about comics.
I thought he said music. Oh,
I know.
I thought, yeah, no, you're right. I get it. I see. My bad. You can see why I would think that, though, right? That makes sense.
I now see that. Yeah, good releases. Right. My favorite, latest good new release that's good is Red Lanterns from New 52 from DC. That book is awesome.
Wait, you know how I'm not big on new stuff? I actually have a recommendation because there's a new thing I've been picking up, believe it or not.
This is a comic or music?
Yeah, comic. Yeah, Daredevil, the Cold Day in Hell. Do you know about this?
I have not been caught up on Daredevil. I'm only as caught up as Mark Waid, so I need to read Charles Soule and then Zdarsky's run. So
yes,
is Cold Day in Hell a Zdarsky?
I actually can't remember who's writing it because it's just a 3-part miniseries, and I'm waiting till the 3rd one comes out to read the whole thing together.
Oh, it's being released right now?
Yeah, it's like real current. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 3rd one is not out yet. Like the 2nd one just came out, and since it's a 3-parter, I don't think it's like back-to-back months. I think there's a little time between.
Let me get to the. Let's see. James, explain yourself. You haven't told us who's writing Cold Day in Hell. I scrolled right to the bottom here where BatCave is saying New Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees starts on Wednesday. It's like it's the sequel to it, right? That is another good book. Shadowland. I think I feel like the Andy Diggle's part in Shadowland is good, but I feel like it's the tie-ins that aren't very good, and that's like the bulk of the run.
It would be like an OHC instead of an omnibus if they just released the Daredevil portion. Like a lot, like you're saying, is fill. Not filler, but what did you just use? The word you just used, the extra stuff, the mini series. You just used the word.
Tie-ins.
Yeah, I think there's more tie-ins than Daredevil issues in that book.
Maybe. Oh yeah.
think so, though.
There we go. Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell is by Charles Soule and Steve McNiven. Nice.
Yep. But the first 2 books had Frank Miller variant covers. The second one of which was just like a redone poster that he did years ago. But the first one, I believe, was a new image, which I did get. It's cool looking.
Okay, Jewish Dragons with a real question. Welcome, Jewish Dragons. What's Johnny's go-to olive oil? I'm looking for a new everyday brand. Oh, you got a bottle right in your hand.
I think that's why he asked. Sure. Yeah. Or she actually don't know. I shouldn't assume. But I just go with the Trader Joe's. But is this racist? I've always wondered, dude. On Trader Joe's stuff, okay, like this is Italian. It said instead of Trader Joe's, it says Trader
Giotto's.
Giotto's.
Saying that
it says Trader Giotto's, and then if it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like Trader Jose if it's like the Hispanic stuff. Like,
yeah, and then it used to be the Chinese stuff, like.
Oh, I don't even want to know. Trader. If I say anything, it's racist.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Let's not go there. But they used to have it for. I thought they had cut all that out.
It's a little surprising to me. Yeah, I always am a little taken aback by that. I'm not even going to speculate on. Somebody can look it up and tell me what the Chinese food was. The Trader Joe's, but yeah, Trader Giotto's, Trader Jose. I thought they had stopped that. Apparently not.
Okay,
they're pushing it for. But I get there, but I do a lot of their stuff because it doesn't have a lot of BS in it. It's like just olive oil, organic, extra virgin olive oil. That's all.
And is it pretty close to you?
I have
Joe's?
I have 2 that I would consider close to me. I live in a suburb. I don't even mean that, like, at least in Illinois, they are more prevalent in like the nicer suburbs than they are in other places. So I don't know if it's that way in other states, like where it's like the more money areas have the Trader Joe's kind of. Just that's more how it is, I've noticed here. Because when I used to be a yoga instructor, I realized they were all like a block away from the yoga studios. And I was like, oh, there's some like connection here. And there's like a Whole Foods always in the area too.
Oh yeah, Whole Foods.
Yeah. So what's your go-to version? Olive oil.
Olive oil?
Yeah.
I'm not a connoisseur of olive oil. I think we just grab
what's on the shelf.
Yeah, what's on the shelf. Although I'm somebody that believes a good one can definitely make a difference. I don't know that I could say that I'm an olive oil expert.
Dude, even the pizza says it. I just noticed.
Trader Giotto's.
I just noticed.
Wow. Okay.
They're pushing it.
All right. So they're kind of leaning into it. Oh, here's Kane with a description of Butterfinger. Candy bars that are chocolatey brown butter bar that is crunchy, sweet, and savory and will stick to your teeth. Yes, it is delicious.
It is outrageous that Butterfinger BBs have never made a comeback with the following they have.
What's that? I missed the first part.
Oh, I said it's unbelievable that they've never done a remake of Butterfinger BBs because of what following they actually do have. Like so many.
I used to love those things.
No,
they don't make them anymore.
No, Butterfinger BBs for a long time, dude. Yeah.
Earth's Geomancer, welcome. He feels they're too sticky. Yeah. Waferish peanut butter candy, but better. Yeah. Mr. Tex has it right. Sweet AS, how's it going? Sweetened, crystallized, crystallized peanut butter coated in chocolate.
That is a good way.
Crystallized, yeah, that's right.
You know what I was saying to my cousin yesterday too, that because we were talking about Butterfingers, I actually don't ever want to look up how it's made because I want it to be a mystery. Like I'm all like, what is that? Like, is it crystallized peanut butter? I don't know what it is. I don't want to know. I just want to know it is Butterfinger. Like that's like I don't want to ruin the magic. Oh, it's just peanut brittle. I'm like, that's not as fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. And I agree with Sazmer. The rivalry between the Cubs and the Mets, it used to be epic in the old NL East. Yeah, it used to be awesome. Mr. Tex.
Teams in the 80s.
Mr. Tex with a ridiculous statement. What are you doing? Cork bats.
Well, Sammy Sosa did. I don't know who on the Mets did, but Sammy Sosa did do that.
If you look at the thumbnail, the final match is Johnny versus Omar. Oh, awesome. I did not see that.
No, I didn't either. That's so sick.
Butterfinger, imagine like hardened layers of cookie that's as dense as a brick. I think the crystallized one is. Oh, and here's Jesse Sewa. What up, buddy? I think that. I think the crystallized is the good expression, the best description. How much was getting the Shredder autograph? He's going to be at Terrificon next month.
Ooh, so am I, Aku.
Where is Terrificon?
In Connecticut, and which is why I thought it was like Terrificon, like con short for Connecticut, but I don't think so. I think it's con short for convention.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I know. Dude, I think it was like $15 and like getting in was like $8. I'm telling you, it was like at a hotel. It was not.
I feel bad for.
Oh, me too. Well, and the crazy thing is the week before I had gone to a convention where I met Mick Foley, Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love. Yeah. I can't believe I did all three of those. That was pretty good.
Better than me. I don't know any wrestling. I do know who Mick Foley is, though.
Yeah, so I met him at a convention that was at a convention center that I thought was the most depressing convention I had been to. And then the next week I went to that one, and I was like, this takes the cake. Dude, the wrestlers on the Friday when we went, because my buddies and I got some free 3-day badges because one of them knew somebody. So we went on Friday and Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday. And by like 5 o'clock, and the show closed at like 9, 5 o'clock, all the wrestlers had like ditched their spots because nobody was buying anything.
Oh,
5 o'clock. Yeah. And I missed out on him that day. So we had to go back the next day and I got it. But Elvira was there and I was going to meet her, but she wasn't in her costume. And I was like, I'm not paying $200 to meet Cassandra Peterson. I would have paid $200 to meet Elvira. I would have paid $300 to meet Elvira. I would have paid way more. And I didn't want to say that to her. But then my buddy got to go up to get an autograph and I went with him. I was like his coat rack and I told her she was beautiful and she was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, oh, and then ran away.
She is.
She's like 70. It's insane. It didn't even make sense. I'm like, how do you even look like this? It's because she's so confused out of the girls around. You know what I mean? Some Elvira stuff. She absorbs the youth, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so where are we here? Okay, the chat is talking to each other. They're my chat really loves each other. Yeah, they're chatting it up. Hi, BatCave. Hi, Chris Brogan. Everybody's saying hi to Chris Brogan. Chris is saying hi to everybody else. Way to go. Hitting that pizza with an olive oil drizzle. Solid move. Is that what you're doing?
Thank you. I already did it.
Oh, you already
did. That's why the olive oil was brought up, because I was drizzling. You were
AS is paying attention and I'm not.
No, you were just spitting truth because it's your show. You got it. Yeah, but I see another good move. I'm gonna rotate the pizza because it's been in for a few minutes. I got my tongs. I want to get one side too crispy.
Let's see. Chris, a friend of I found the number one of the variants, the book, that Chris. No, I think the variants is the Jessica Jones book that Chris. Chris has it as his avatar thingy, his profile pic. Okay, so he's saying, I found the number one of the variants and bought it. Such a fun read. I'm looking at buying the trade. You definitely should, Hobby. It's awesome. I wish there was more of it. That book was so great. It's one of the few books that I think I wanted more of even. Oh, Trader Ming's. That's right. Okay, that is right. Trader Ming's. We'll have to get an update next time you go to Trader Joe's if it still says Trader Ming.
I'll let you know. Jess, this is me live from Trader Joe's. It says Ming. My God, they're racist as all racist can be. They're looking at me, Jess. They're on to me. I gotta go.
They're on to me. If they're still doing it, nobody's complaining. I guess. I don't know.
We're not enough people are complaining.
I guess so.
Shoot, you know what this tastes like? I can't believe how good this is. This Smurf berry soda.
Oh yeah. What do you got? What is it? Smurfberry?
Yeah, it's 0 sugar soda, and it was like all these like normal flavors, like grape and like grape, but then they also had like Smurf, and I was like, that's a unique flavor, so I got Smurf. You know what it tastes like? You're gonna be like, I can't believe you remember this because I was like 5 years old and you won't remember it. Space Jam, the movie, when it came out, there was that scene where he had Mike's secret stuff, but it was just water, but all the tunes drank it because they thought it was Michael Jordan's secret like formula, and they get all jacked. So they came out with this Mike secret stuff, and it was just like a blue raspberry powder. This tastes exactly fucking like that. I just swore. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. We're already 25 minutes in. I don't think YouTube cares. We're okay. Oh, Mr. Tex didn't like Butterfinger BBs. That's sus to me.
Why not? Yeah. Why don't you explain yourself?
Yeah, explain yourself, Mr. Tex. Okay, let's hear about Kane's day. She had a good day shopping and visited her sister's place for a bit. Just got back and having dinner. Dinner is salmon, oven roasted Brussels sprouts, and potatoes, as opposed to Johnny, who's having candy and pizza for dinner.
It's true, but that's because I ate salmon, oven roasted Brussels sprouts, and potatoes every day this week until now.
Okay, so today's your cheat day.
Yeah, and it's not even a weekly cheat day. It's my first cheat day in like a month.
Okay.
Yeah, but
her day does sound like a nice day, and dinner sounds good too. Yeah.
Did you what did you do to spruce up those Brussels sprouts? If anything, you don't have to, but did you use an olive oil? Did you use a Trader Giotto's olive oil?
Or did you
salt and pepper?
Did you season them with something from Trader Ming's?
Have you ever done honey or syrup on Brussels sprouts? It's actually good.
After or during the cooking?
You know, when I've done it with syrup, I think it's gone on before, but it does harden a little bit, so you gotta like be careful.
How about hot honey?
But, like,
I bet hot honey's good on Brussels sprouts.
I bet everything's good on Brussels sprouts. They're actually not bad. That's the thing. I knew I got old when I liked Brussels sprouts. I was like, wait a minute, these are pretty good. Shit,
yeah.
You're an adult. Damn it.
Like, Mark has an important question. Dying Breed, is your website working or?
Oh no. So I'm not doing like the collected editions anymore. So I'm not doing anything with that right now.
I did put in the description box down below your Instagram because I've seen you on Instagram with
and
stuff.
There's another. I got something in the works that I think it'd be like okay to talk about if you wanted to, but it's like very like in the works. This is not like a thing. I don't want it to be like I'm making an announcement or anything.
Yeah, if you want to talk about it, sure.
Well, it would kind of be like in relation to that.
Your website or the things.
Something like like I'm really like in the weeds of trying to get like a brick and mortar store.
Oh, your own comic book store.
Like it's like there's like numbers being exchanged between me and a place. Like that's how far along it is. So like I'm not but I don't want to like jinx anything, and that's not be like it might not work out. Like it very much like we can exchange numbers all day and it doesn't work out, but like it's not just like I'm thinking about it. It's like, no, like I've gone and looked at a place, like there's been like a lease exchanged. I'm doing a counter offer kind of thing. So that's really where my focus is.
Near you?
Like 7 minutes from my house.
Oh, and
it's
so, okay.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. Like I was kind of like, I didn't want to like tell, I was just going to like not tell anybody until it either happened or didn't, but I've realized that it's actually been beneficial for me to be able to talk to a lot of people about it because like I know people who own comic stores and like people who run comic businesses, so I can use them to lean on for information because I'm doing a lot of research on this. I'm not just going to haphazardly do it or something like that. So it's been better to actually like share it with people. And so like Omar kind of knew that like I'm really looking into it. So I didn't, I want to tell you if I'm telling him. You guys are pretty equal in my like friendship group. I like you both a lot. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So once I do that, then maybe I would like do a website again. But I would have to change the name because like somebody else sniped it. I didn't know there was. This is bad. I didn't know if you didn't renew the name that somebody else could just like steal it, and then like that's what happens. So somebody else actually owns the name, and they just like have it as a malware website right now.
For Dying Breed.
for diamondcollectors.com, that like name is not owned. I didn't know you had. I'm an idiot. I like 100% didn't know you had to renew that, or I didn't know if you didn't renew it that could happen.
Yeah.
So I would have to do like a different, but like I would just need a different domain name which I already know what it would be. I'm not going to say it out loud so nobody else steals it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but if I can make a store happen, then I would do a website again, and it would be a different name.
And you wouldn't be traveling as much. You wouldn't be traveling.
So there's some caveat to that. I would actually probably start traveling more, but I wouldn't be setting up at shows outside of Illinois. I would actually use those as opportunities to buy stuff to bring
inventory.
To yeah. Like I would do like what you did at here. You went to Heroes, right? You did do that?
I did, yeah.
Shoot, we got to talk about that. Let me pull this pie out of the oven.
And now you're burning your pizza. You like it pretty burnt, right?
Yeah, let me see what you guys think. I think it could actually go for another minute or two, but I bet some of you will be like, it's already too burnt. How do you like it that well done?
Okay, just a sec. Okay,
I don't want it to fall.
It looks fine to me, but you like it a little more blackened?
I think a little more, yeah, a little more char is what I like to call it.
Chalk, okay.
Char, CHR.
Char. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Tex is biased against us. Cards and Yankees. And
that's rough.
I hate the Cardinals.
I do too. And I do. You know what? I like two Yankees of all time. Aaron Judge, he's really likable, actually. I hope he hits 5 home runs, but the Mets win 6-5 kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then Greg Nettles. Do you know anything about that guy? I have an interesting reason for liking him. But do you know about Greg Nettles?
Wasn't he their third baseman like back in the 70s?
Yeah, and the only reason I kind of like found out about him was on Baseball Reference. You can click on a player's birthday, and then it'll show all the players born on that day. So he's born on my birthday. So him and I share a birthday. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He actually is like super legit. He's like
not just because of your birthday.
No, he's like, even if you go on like best players not in the Hall of Fame, he's near most people's like top of their list. It's pretty insane that he's not in. It's like Lou Whitaker. You know about Sweet Lou over in Detroit?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same situation where you look at the stats and you're like, wait, there's other guys with worse stats who are in. It's weird.
Mr. Tex misses giant Oreo cookies. Okay.
Have you had the mega stuff Oreo cookies?
Yeah, that's what you have to buy now, because those are the only things that are close to being double stuffed, because double stuffs have gotten they've got shrinkflation like a half.
Are you serious?
Yeah, half the cream filling's missing. They're like regular Oreos now, double stuffed. So if you want any kind of decent
stuff
Oreo, yeah, you got to get mega stuff.
Ooh. I can't believe they don't just sell stuff. Like, why can't I just get a can of stuff?
Like a big jar of stuff? That would be awesome.
I would dip.
Great question. Great idea.
I would dip graham crackers in it. Cinnamon graham crackers.
Yeah, spread it on graham crackers.
Heck yeah, dude.
Would you want it in it? Yeah.
It's insane. I've like looked in the aisles. Like you'd think in like the cake aisle, they would have like I think you could buy like a cookies and cream like cake topping, but that's not the stuff. That's cookies and cream. You get it.
I would destroy a jar of the cream filling. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, you just need a spoon. You wouldn't even need a graham cracker.
Yeah. Here's Crazed Cassowary. What up? Oh, whoop. Wait a sec. We'll be right back to you. Crazed,
fun-size Butterfingers.
Showing his Cowabunga pizza cutter for his burnt pizza. Okay.
Who doesn't love pizza? My fellow dudes and dudettes, some major slice and dice action is in order for your next pizza pie. No kitchen is complete without this pie side. Unsheath and unleash your hunger while you chow down in the underground. Remember, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Nice.
Super sick, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen the 90s movie, but I know that I'm supposed to. Everybody says it's the greatest TMNT movie.
Check this out. You should go this year because they're going to have it in a 4K re-release, 2 days in a theater. One of them is August 17th. The other is my birthday, August 20th. Can you believe that? What do you think I'm doing on my birthday?
Crave says fun size Butterfingers are better than regular size. The sugar doesn't get as hard as regular size and are more crumbly, melty. Fun size yarn are the ones that are snack size, like they come in bags.
Yeah. What about but you're saying regular size, but what about king size?
Yeah, king size is my favorite. Those are like two half regular sized. Those would be my preference to have that.
Now, let me ask you this. Are you as sick as I am? Because when I was at the gas station the other night, the Butterfingers, so the regular Butterfinger was on sale 2 for $4, and then the king size, they're like $3.29. So you actually get way more for a way better value by getting the 2 for $4, but it's a regular size instead of the king. So would you be like, no, I don't care about the money, I want my king size?
No, I'd care about the money, and I'd get more Butterfingers that way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just
right answer.
I wouldn't look at it as 2 buy one. What is it? Buy one get one free type thing, or two for $4? Yeah. I'd get 6 for $24.
Oh, dude, you're a beast. I love that math that you just did.
Butterfingers like peanut butter flavored glass shards that somehow is hard but will get stuck in your teeth, covered in milk chocolate. And James is saying you were missed at Heroes Con. Yeah, Heroes Con was pretty fun. The one day I got to go.
But the reason I didn't go is because I might do Terrificon. I had to kind of choose between, and there was more people I wanted, more celebrity people I want to see at Terrificon. There were more friend people I wanted to see at Heroes for sure.
It was great. Heroes Con. That was the most fun part, was seeing everybody that Omar and I saw at the drink and draw. And there was, tons of people in this chat were there. And so that was the most fun part. How's your pizza?
Incredible. Looks pretty good.
Oh, okay. With that drizzle of olive oil?
Yeah, and I did salt and pepper and oregano on it too. Give it a little flavor. Salt and pepper's a little weird. I know most people wouldn't do that. I'm weird.
No, I think you can put whatever you want on your pizza. It's your pizza. Is Morgan Fairchild in her 70s yet? I feel like she was almost my age, which is less than 70. Thank you very much. I'm sure James is checking that out. James, what is Morgan Fairchild's birth date, please? Thank you. Patrick just got home after an evening night out. Where are you, Patrick? And that looks like Colossus there, but what's he got going on in the middle of that? Of his shirt?
I think it's just his shirt ripping off. I think because he's so shredded, it's like in shreds.
Oh, okay.
He's the real shredder. Ugh. That's cool.
Mr. Tex agreeing with Crazed about Butterfinger minis. They're actually better than the regular size bars. That sounds like a challenge. Next time you're on, let's get a mini Butterfingers, regular size Butterfingers, and then king size Butterfingers, and a giant glass of milk, and we'll see which one we prefer. I'm sorry I didn't know about this controversy before, because I could have gone to 7-Eleven.
That's where I would go. That's where the deal was.
Maybe I should have it door dashed. Doesn't
shoot? I knew you were going to say that. What am I going to do? You're gonna have to door dash.
Oh yeah, no, it wouldn't help you. I mean, I know Giant Foods has like a convenience store that type thing that you can door dash. Okay, well, we will do that next time.
100%.
Yeah, that'll give us a reason to live until the next show, because we're gonna have a Butterfinger playoff.
I really like this idea. That sounds like a hell of fun.
The minis tasted better, Johnny and Jess. Okay, so you say, you and Crazed Cassowary, I accept this challenge. I have never seen Space Jam. I got very fine condition to watch Space Jam for the first time this year, and he hated it. PFC gave it a 2.5 out of 10. Amanda gave it a 7 out of 10. Huh.
Well,
DH approves.
Probably better if you were a child, you know. But did you watch the regular version or have you seen any of them, Jess? Have you seen Space Jam?
No.
Because they made a second one with LeBron James.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Yeah, that's exactly. I heard about it. I didn't watch it. I heard about it.
Okay, wait a sec. What, Mr. Tex, what are you saying here? Didn't taste feeling? Wait, what? Okay, I'm sure. Why are you putting an asterisk on everything that you're typing? The BBs didn't taste feeling. I'm sure that means something. By the way, Sandman season 2 is out on Netflix. I still haven't seen season 1. Mm-hmm. Here's Johnny's Dying Breed IG. Oh, and here's your eBay store. I don't have that. I don't have that link
right now. Actually, yeah, if you do like collected editions, I am gonna put it like I'm blowing out. I didn't say blowing out like in a cheap price, but I'm gonna sell the rest of the stuff just on there. Like I'm not bringing them to shows anymore either.
The collected editions.
Yeah, they didn't do well enough at C2E2, and I actually kept track of it this time to make sure that I wasn't just making like a irrational decision. Like, yeah, the single issues blew them out of the water.
So so you've been going around to conventions selling more single issues than collected editions. Is that what
I haven't. So at C2E2,
okay,
which is the only show I've done this year. I had that like gigantic booth. I had like a 40-foot booth. And I dedicated 26 feet of it to single issues, and then I did 14 feet of it to collected editions. And I actually like kept track of every single thing that sold. I kept track of me bringing everything, like how much time it took to prep it, like all that stuff. And like, there's just seeing the numbers on a sheet, I would never bring those to collected editions of any type to a show again.
Interesting. Okay,
yeah,
so single issues did a lot better for you.
I mean, and everything about him was easier. You just like nobody haggled on him. Like there was none of that BS. Like nobody, they were easier to lift, and like the boxes, even though the boxes are way bigger, like they're so much lighter. Like it's insane compared to boxes of Omnibus. And like I had people in that section of the booth like all day because you're actually standing there rifling through boxes and spending time there, and it gives more of not an illusion. I mean, it's real, but like it's looking busier, and then that attracts more people. Like there's an energy to it, as opposed to like I'm gonna scroll by and look at these omnibus and say I don't need any. You're not like scrolling through them. So there was a lot of things that were better about them. Yeah. Okay,
and so your brick and mortar. That's the most heroic thing I've heard all weekend. Yeah.
Well.
That's why I have trouble searching for Dire Breed collectors for deals. Yeah. Mr. Tex, why are you putting an asterisk on everything you're typing? Are you trying to be like the Thunderbolts movie, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, maybe he's a new Avenger. Did you like Thunderbolts? Thunderbolts was good.
I loved it.
It was great.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed Thunderbolts. Doug says, exciting news, man. I couldn't sit on that either. Best of luck. I agree. That sounds, Kane's rooting for you too. That is a really exciting thing. You have to renew your domain name all the time. Otherwise, someone will snatch it up.
Yeah. So I found out the hard way, but like I said, I already got like another name, and not for the business. I mean, I'll just have a different website name, but it does suck because whatever.
AS rooting for you. That's good. That's good. Char on the crust is good. I agree with that.
Yes. Absolutely.
Kane with some info. Talk with a lawyer for your copyright and business name. Omar can probably steer you in the right direction if you haven't spoken to anyone yet already. Yeah.
Definitely.
But you're going to, if in fact somehow you are connected to a comic book store in the future. See, I'm trying to circle around this thing without saying it out loud and jinxing it. If you were to
thank you.
come into contact, you would keep the name of the store already, or would you rebrand?
Yeah, I mean, it would be called Dying Breed Collectors. Yeah, and it's just the website would just not be dyingbreedcollectors.com that I would use. I would call it something
Oh,
else.
so you'd change the name of the store? You change the name of the bricks and mortar store?
No. So so right now there is no brick and mortar. There's just like an empty space. Like it's not like me buying.
Oh! I thought you were buying an LCS that already existed. Okay, so
Oh no,
you
I'm
want
gonna like
to,
start
okay,
my
so
own.
you're gonna get
Yeah,
the
it's like a
storefront
vacant
and then
spot.
fill it. Okay.
Correct, because
Okay.
like I said, when I did or I didn't explain this part, but like after C2E2, when like I had all those spreadsheets and those numbers, I was like, okay, if you could sell, I know like you're not going to sell at the same rate you would at a convention at a store because people are piling in there for one weekend to spend money. But I'm like, if I can regularly sell a portion of this with these single issues, the profit margin is so good that makes a lot of sense. And nowhere around me has this type of inventory. Like there is no vintage comic shop in my area whatsoever. So there's like room for it. And the location I want, it used to be a GameStop. So all of the walls are actually set up like they're slit walls where you can just hook shelves into.
Okay.
And like that's a lot of money I could save. Like, because when I looked at other spots, it's like you'd have to spend money like to redo the walls, and like that's a cost. Like, right? Like you want to cut a cost anywhere you can, not to be like cheap, but
no, yeah. I know.
yeah, so like, if this like spot doesn't work out, like it's probably not going to work out. If they don't come down on certain numbers, it's not going to work out. But I mean, I'm definitely like for real trying to make that happen.
Yeah, and so what else? So it must have other stores around it if it used to be a GameStop. So are those other
like
stores conducive to bringing in your target audience?
I think so, and especially where this one is located, because it is. So it's a strip mall, and there's like a Target and a Jewel. So it's got the big anchor stores and a Starbucks. Yeah. So like these are like real important things.
Yeah.
So it has all of those things, and this actual unit is directly on the main street. So like it's going to have the most exposure. So that is part of why they're asking whatever it is they're asking and why we're negotiating. But again, it's just like the conventions though, where it's like you could have an inline booth and save money. I would rather spend the extra money and get a corner booth where everyone's going to see you. That makes a big, like, you spend a few extra $100, but you make so much more because of the exposure. Right? Yeah. So, but luckily it's not close enough to the Target where I would have those types of like groups of kids who are just like hanging out, being nonsensical, will like linger off into my store. Oh, well, it's the store next to Target. Because, you get those types of groups of kids. But I think, like I said, it has the right exposure, and you're going to be having people driving by it all day. And also this particular, like this side of the street has like 5 or 6 entrances as to where like on the across the street, there's also some spaces available, but there's only like one entrance. So if you miss that entrance and you're like, shoot, a comic store, you're not turning around to do it. And so
which is what I do. Yeah. Well, I just passed it, man. There's a comic store in the middle of this place.
Yeah. So like I spent like a night not like a whole night, like 45 minutes, but like on a night, like I drove in and out of every aisle, every entrance, every exit to see what spaces are exposed, what spots have like, well, they have like something inhibiting like the location so you can't see it, stuff like that. So
well, that sounds smart.
I'm definitely doing the research, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Tex, what the hell are you doing with all these asterisks? Yes, shrinkflation. What the hell are you doing? Giant Oreos? Yeah, I remember them. Yeah, that's right. We want to buy a can, a big jar
of stuff.
Yeah. Omnidog is live, so that means I'm eating some ice cream. Yeah, I have some ice cream upstairs, so I probably should bust it out. I'll have upper management bring some to me.
Let's do that together when I'm ready for dessert, because I also have ice cream.
Okay.
I haven't had ice cream in like years. That's not like a normal cheat day thing. I saw this in the store and I was like, shoot, that used to be one of my favorites. I'm going to get it. Moose Tracks, bro. You ever had
Oh
moose
yeah,
cracks?
I remember
Yeah.
moose cracks.
What are your favorite? What do you got upstairs? What's coming down?
Well, it's not my favorite ice cream. It's like Carb Smart chocolate fudgicle type thing that my wife got me. And
All right. Well,
well,
what is your favorite ice cream? Because that doesn't sound as fun.
Ben and Jerry's vanilla caramel fudge is my all-time favorite.
Sick.
I could eat 3 pints of that easily, like at one time.
But 4 would be a challenge. We should find that out too next time with the Butterfingers.
Yeah, we got pizza, William. Thank you for joining.
I'm going to mute while I bite into the crust because that would be rude. It's too crunchy.
Yeah. I'm glad. I hope it helped you, Yarne. Oh, she's 75. Oh, she's 9 years older than I am. Okay, good for her. Okay. It's just turned. Yeah, all right. Well, good for her. Nice. Yeah, he does. Good job. Here's Adrian, who I also saw at Heroes Con. Patrick, oh, you're from the Netherlands. Oh, you're rolling in like it's like almost 3 a.m. there. 6 hours ahead of us.
What is going out like in the Netherlands? Like, were you drinking? Were you eating pizza? Were you eating chicken wings? Were you eating something else? What were you doing?
Yeah, Patrick, are you all lit up right now, or? Well, I know that weed has been decriminalized there since I visited in the 80s. They have like weed bars and weed stores and weed everything in Amsterdam when I was there.
Also been decriminalized here in Illinois, believe it or not.
I know, but this was like 45 years ago when I was there.
No, that's pretty rad.
Yeah, it was. But I'm not big into weed, so
not even back then.
No, not really. No, I stopped about. I don't think I did it past my sophomore year in college. It's just not
not your thing.
It doesn't. It's not. Some people it's fun for, and I'm like, peace and love, good for you. I wish it was for me, but it's just not fun for me.
Okay, understandable.
Yeah.
Would you if you were to have done it in that setting in the Netherlands where it's legal, would you have preferred like a smokable version, or would you have done like an edible? Like, would you have gotten like a brownie or something?
Yeah, no, I would not get an edible because those get you way too high.
Ah, good man. Yes, that can be true. Way too high is an opinion, but yes, they do have a bigger impact.
They would get me too high for my particular,
yeah. Anyways,
my particular sensation, taste buds type thing.
For sure. Oh, I didn't plan on showing this off, but since I just walked downstairs to grab something. Did you get this? Are you getting this? I totally wasn't planning on showing this off. The Jean Grey X Factor Marvel Legends.
Let's see.
I know. I wish that glare wasn't there.
Oh, I haven't seen that. That's pretty cool.
Really? Yeah, X Factor. It was a Target exclusive.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
Oh, here's my headband.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Right here. Anyways, yeah.
Let's see. No, I do have. I found a couple of boxes of X-Men Legends, and I really didn't want the Legends. Well, no, they're X-Men Legends. They're X-Men, so they're okay. But it's Age of Apocalypse, and
those are
I don't even know who Sugar Man is because it's the Apocalypse. I haven't read Age of Apocalypse, but this is like so weirdly gross and odd. I don't even know how he plays into Age of Apocalypse or whatever, but I had to buy on I had like 4 pieces of this guy, so I needed to get 2 more pieces, but I wasn't going to pay $30 a piece for X-Men Legends, except this dude's pretty cool. This is a good Sunfire figure. But
Well,
these
is
were like,
fair.
and Wild Child, these were like $10. So
Yeah, I
I
saw
will put
almost the whole wave at Ollie's. Do you have an Ollie's? We actually have one by me now. They used to not
I
be around.
don't, but that's the kind of prices I wanted to pay.
Yeah.
So I have everything, so I can put that together while we're talking. I can assemble my Build-A-Figure.
I think we should do that. That sounds like an adventure.
Okay, awesome. I saw Space Jam as a child who was a huge Jordan fan, so it is forever a masterpiece in my head. Awesome.
Did you see MJ's in the MCU? Most powerful character? Come at me. Dude, because Ironheart takes place in Chicago. First off, they have a Bulls poster in the background. So now when people are like, who's the best team in the MCU? Avengers, X-Men? Nah, 90s Bulls. You kidding me? 72 wins and a championship. Best team ever. And then she's wearing a Michael Jordan shirt. So he's in the MCU as far as I'm concerned. And
oh, yeah.
Thanos got 6 stones, but MJ got 6 rings, boy. I'll take MJ. He would have hit Thanos in the head with Stormbreaker from the 3-point line. Boom. Swish right in the head.
Craze says, my Kroger's has a deal 4 for $5 for fun-size packs on Butterfingers, 6 per pack. If you assume that's roughly 2 regular-sized Butterfingers per pack, that's 8 Butterfingers for $5. Now that's some smart shopping. Are you at your Kroger's now, Crazed Cassowary? Typing into your phone, getting Butterfingers and watching the show?
You know what else is ridiculous is when they have the holiday candy, the next day it's like cheaper, but they're the same. It's like Butterfinger. Valentine's is the same as regular Butterfinger, but they're cheaper.
Yeah. That's some smart shopping. And I appreciate the fact that you did the math, Crazed Cassowary. That explains why nobody ever has collected editions at shows. They must not sell well.
Well, they sell well, but it's if you want to not make any money, that's the problem. I would like we could have like a talk about that, like a non-confrontational.
Wait, what?
So we can have like a non-aggressive talk about that because I don't know. I used to be kind of upset about it when because I kind of knew earlier on that you just didn't make a lot of money on them at shows, but I kept doing it for a while. Yeah, and so I was kind of a little bitter about it, but now I'm no, it makes sense, and the market's changed, and I understand how markets changed. 5 years ago when the reprints and stuff started, these things were way easier to sell. It was a way hotter thing. They're just not as hot as they used to be. So they're I could make more money with them at shows 5 years ago, legitimately, but you just can't right now. And it is what it is. You just got to find a different way to sell stuff to make money.
Yeah, I feel like at Heroes Con,
it was probably Gem City.
I was just going to say that was the only dedicated.
Yeah,
it's all you could get was collected editions. I was talking. Let's see, who was I talking with? I think it might have been Jake. He from Brave and the Boys. We went to a couple of places just to see what their collected editions were, but they were just a section of all this other stuff, like singles and back issues and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's a weird thing where when they're in prints, the only people who have to pay for them they're worth $100 are the vendors, right? As a customer, I understand why you wouldn't want to pay more than $60 for a book when you can get it on In-Stock Trades or any other website. And you can get it on any website for cheap. I get it. But
yeah,
then as a seller, you're why would I bring these to a show anymore? Because the only way I can make money is if I come so low, I make 10 or $15 a book because I still have to pay they're worth $100 when I get them from the distributor. So it's it's a weird thing. It's it is what it is. And then it's with the out of print books, I've had some luck with those at shows where you could sell them for out of print money, but it's just easier to sell those on eBay, man. It just is for whatever reason. It's almost people hide behind it. I would never pay $200 for a book off a website. Oh, it's on eBay. Yeah, I'll pay $200. It's I'm telling you, because there were times when I had the website rolling and I would put out a print books up, and people would be like, I would never pay that much, and I put it on eBay and it would sell. It's a different market. I don't know. So
Kane makes a good point. Carrying around Omnis on a convention floor would be a pain unless I had a cart to cart them around. Yeah, then I'd be an inconvenience to the other attendees at the convention. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, if you're buying, yeah. Well, what I do is I will hold them for people underneath, like in a box with their name on them. I learned that real quick because people didn't want to carry them around.
Yeah, I had a cart, a small cart that I was carrying around on Friday at HeroesCon to get signatures, and it was, I think the next thing I'm going to do is not bring any collected editions to a con if all I'm going to have done is signatures, because first of all, the most fun I had was at the drink and draw where I met tons of people. That was the most fun. And I think I'd rather have comic books signed by the creators. Why? I mean, I have enough floppies that represent, or I, buy a floppy if I know somebody's going to be there. And they're much easier to deal with. You can put them in a backpack, but actually I might not go to another convention unless we can do another thing, like at the drink and draw where we met people. That was way more fun. And then you run into those people afterwards, at the convention or at a restaurant or something. And that was the most fun for me.
Well, that's the part that I don't get to do anymore, which is why, like, I mean this sincerely. Like, when I came out to Baltimore with you, that was like so special for me because that was the first time legitimately in like 4 or 5 years where I got to go to a show where I wasn't like set up. And you don't get to do what you just said at all. Like, I can walk away for a few minutes, maybe if I have other people there watching, but you can't do, I can't interact the way you guys do. And then like even going out after is like a pain in the ass because like I'm tired because I'm working and like I traveled there with all that stuff to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like I want the opportunity like next year to go back to like HeroesCon, but not set up and do what you just did. Like it sounds so much more fun, but like, when the shows come to Chicago, I got to do them. This is my job. But like taking that show on the road isn't as good as what you just described.
Yeah. It was so fun.
100%. Yeah, dude.
No, Mr. Tex, it's okay. But I want to know why, what were you doing with the asterisks? Did you,
were they on purpose?
I mean, you have to purposely hit those asterisk buttons. So what was the typing keys, what was the purpose of it? Or were you just, are you high or something? No, I'm just kidding. Here's a good question. Will you invest in UVA UVB tint to your storefront so the comics don't become sun faded? Kane with a good question. Nothing's worse than seeing a sun faded book. Those poor books.
First off, do you see how that room behind me is very dark? That's where I'm temporarily storing all of my collectibles until like the collectible room is finished. I have all the windows in there sealed off with like temporary shades because of what you're talking. The collectibles room, I had to put up a huge fight with my wife about this. I took the windowsill off and covered the window and put up a wall over the window. So there's not even a window in that room. And you say, why did you put up shades? Because stuff gets sunburned like you're saying, dude, or sun faded.
Right.
So yeah, I would for the storefront, I would never keep anything that close to the window. And the window, unfortunately, where it's set up has like a giant awning, so I don't think it would be an issue. But also I would get shades put in that would be able to roll down if that was an issue, because I do want it open where you can see in there. Because like I had also considered, there's a shop somewhere around me where they have these, and the company is like they're like stickers, but they cover the entire window. It's like an entire window cover, and they did like comic book stuff. Like they made like, it's like Ninja Turtles and X-Men and stuff. That's cool and it looks great, but then you can't see in the place. I want people to be able to peer inside.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think that shopping to fill that store with comic books and fun collectibles and stuff, that sounds super fun to me. I know that it's a business and you're gonna have to figure out your profit margins and everything and get a staff and everything, but the fun part to me would be stocking the store. That would be so fun.
Well, it's funny because it's sort of backwards from that, where like I just have, it's got to a point where I have so much stuff at my house for the conventions that like I can't, like I need a place to sell it more than the shows, because like you don't want to sell bulk books online. That's like not worth it. Like $3 books and stuff, like that's not worth it. Selling them at a shop though is worth it. But yeah, I have so much inventory that like I just need a spot to like to put the inventory. Like that's where I'm at. Like it's
right
overwhelming.
Because I'm thinking about like Marvel Legends and Pops or whatever, and comic book movies or whatever you're gonna have to sell.
So with that stuff, I'm not opposed to it, but like I've already dabbled with trying with toys. I'm not. If somebody comes in with their collection and I can buy their collection and like flip their collection, that I would do all day. But I'm not going to like start buying those from like the distributor because of things like Age of Apocalypse is a great example. I don't know, before those came out, I might, if I was at a shop, I would have been like, sweet, Age of Apocalypse Marvel Legends. Let me get a few cases. Shoot, these are $10 at Ollie's now. You can't sell them for anything if they're $10 at Ollie's.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can do that with any product, but I know comic books better than toys in that regard. So I would definitely buy people's collections and flip them like that. But that's another reason I want the damn store, is because like I need people to be selling me stuff on a regular basis. And like, no one's coming to my garage to sell me a collection,
Right. Okay. So I have one set. He's got two sets of arms. This what's it called again? Smart Face? Sugar Man. Okay. Wait, yes, Carb Smart Ice Cream. Upper management bought it and it tastes halfway decent. I know. Don't take it too personally, AS. It's the best that I can do tonight. I actually haven't even had dinner, but okay, so here's Sunfire, who's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm impressed by that figure, 100%.
Yeah, he's all clear. This is interesting. This is a good Sunfire. Okay. Yarne once brought my two absolute Wonder Womans to Azrael to sign in a show, and that was a mistake. Way too heavy. Yeah. If I go the next convention I go to, I don't want to take Omnis, or maybe trade paperbacks, maybe. But
they get damaged easily. Well, you know what you could do? I'm serious about this. If you have a friend who's there, because people have taken advantage of me like this, you got to be careful. Let's say I was setting up a Heroes Con. Let's just say I was. If you hit me up ahead of time and were like, hey, friend Johnny Boy, can I store a few Omnis under your table so I don't have to carry them around all day? Like, that's fair if you have a friend who's there. But obviously, don't take advantage, because I've had friends, hey, I'm going to bring 4 boxes of single issues. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not doing that. But if you had a couple books, I know you have friends everywhere because you're Jess. So I would consider
thank you. That's nice of you.
Yeah, but even like the people in the chat, like that's an option. But like I said, don't take advantage of people. But you can, work something out. Hey, if you let me store these, when you need a drink, I'll go grab you a soda so you don't have to leave your booth. That's a fair trade. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Wild Chuck. Whoa, what's going on here? He's got because he's always chained up. He's got a Herkin leash. He's wild, man. I feel like I've read a decent amount of Wild Child in the Krakoa, whatever Krakoa book that I read him in. Was it Hellions? I can't remember, but I figure like I have a reasonable working knowledge of Wild Child. and not Sugar Man. Whoever Sugar Man is. I don't have my Age of Apocalypse Omni and the companion Omni. I don't have those.
I don't either. I sold mine because they were worth so much.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, and those things will be reprinted at some point. I mean, that seems inevitable. Bingo. Yeah, Jess, I definitely think more like you do with that stuff. Also, man, I'm not pushing to do this, but whenever I do that unboxing or whatever,
oh yeah,
you're like a big inspiration for like it's so funny, like because you talk to me about like how it's a good time to buy key issues, and maybe because the market's down, and like, you know, we talked about buying some key issues and sitting on them and stuff. That's 100% what this is.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, I'm glad my thoughts could be, I think they're going to benefit you in the long run.
We'll see.
I know it's going to benefit you in the long run. So awesome.
Did you buy any cool things at the show?
I didn't, but I don't think I bought anything. I paid for some signatures. Let me think if I bought anything. Oh, I bought books. I bought a couple of books from Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. I feel like that's all I really spent money on. I didn't feel well on Saturday, so I didn't get to go to the con on Saturday, and then I just came back home Sunday. So I was only there for one day, really. But I don't mind buying. Oh, I also bought Reed Chancellor's book, Hardcore Happiness. That's Omnicat's husband.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, he writes. He had some like Black Flag book, I think, one time too. Isn't this a lot of his stuff like punk comic booky, like kind of mix?
He's like a punk drummer. Yeah, he's a legit drummer.
Really?
Yeah.
Shoot, because I'm a legit bass player, and bass players and drummers, I gotta talk to him again.
Yeah, they're such an interesting couple, and their baby's beautiful. Wait, Oldfell probably has one. What were we talking about 15 minutes ago? Darn it.
No, I don't know.
Sugar Man, maybe?
Maybe she does have a Sugar Man.
She's a huge X-Men fan, and she has a deep knowledge of X-Men. So whatever we were talking about, if it was X-Men, Oldfell probably does have it.
Maybe the X Factor action figure.
Oh yeah, maybe that.
Because she's cosplayed. He's cosplayed as, or I'm sorry, she is cosplayed as her. I'm sure, or a version.
Oh yeah,
of her. I am almost positive I've seen it.
Yeah.
Why did I walk over here? Shoot, now it just happened to me. What did we? I was just gonna grab something from over here.
We were talking about comic books and figures and sunlight.
Pizza. Oh yeah, actually in this room I'm in now, I had to move a bunch of stuff because it was starting to get sun burned.
Oh
shoot.
We were talking about unboxing, buying key issues right now.
Yeah, we were, but that wasn't it. I don't know what it was. That's amazing. I don't know why I walked over here. Oh well. I'll remember in 10 minutes. That's how this goes.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about it again, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Harvey, have we answered your question already? What were the factors in deciding to move beyond online and open a physical store? As someone who admittedly doesn't know how this works, I'm curious. I think that's a legit question. Maybe we haven't really answered it. What is the basis for your wanting to open a physical store?
For sure. Yeah. So I would say the biggest reason, I sort of alluded to it a moment ago with the like my inventory. Like my inventory that I've built is way more appropriate for like in-person purchases like conventions, but there's not enough conventions with enough regularity for me to do that full time. So I need like an outlet for them to be available for purchase like all the time, right? Like that's one of the reasons. Two is because I have found out recently, like, or not recently, like in the last few years, like how much more money you can make buying collections and selling them, right? So having a place where people know they can come to sell that stuff, right? Like that's a big reason. And then to be honest, like my personality, like I had like a real like honest kind of like conversation with myself like 6 months ago about like I just really hate hiding behind a keyboard and doing things online. I hate it. Like I hate it. And like finally like admitting that to myself and just being like I hate it. I love the conventions. Like I love interacting with people. I love prepping. Like the level of focus I have on the prep work for like a convention is like I work harder than anybody for those things. And or as hard as anyone. I shouldn't say that. Like, you know what, like, and when I got to do like an online website, I'm like not as motivated. And I'm like, I was just honest with myself, like, dude, like who you are and your personality, it lends itself to wanting to be interacting with people on a daily basis, to have to go somewhere, to have that type of like responsibility. Like it drives me more. So there's a lot of people who would say like, oh, it's not a great time to open a brick and mortar. And I'm like, I can't do this online. Like I don't mix with it. Like,
yeah,
I think that like, not to like toot my own horn, but like the one, like I think about like when I'm on your show, like people like me, like people comment about my energy and stuff like that. Like that's something I thought about. Like I people say that at the shows. And I'm like, well, you can't get that from me if it's like I'm buying from his eBay store or I'm buying from his website. I want people to experience that because it's who I am.
So it sounds like it's a lot more fun interacting with the public for you than sitting with a laptop. I mean, what we do for a living it would be ideal if it can be fun or fit your personality better, as you're saying.
Yeah, and I think it can. Like I have to work a certain way and I have to have like a certain discipline to do it and do it properly. And there would be a lot of pressure to have like a monthly lease that you have to pay. But like I said, I kind of like when I have the pressure of a show, I feel like it brings out a better version of me, like a better work ethic in me. So I think having that pressure daily would push me more. And it's not that like I don't want to paint a picture like I don't have a good work ethic, but it goes to another level. Like, I mean, even just the pictures I've shared with you over the years, like my booth has expanded and grown and looked better and better every single year. And like there's people been doing this for like 30 years that haven't made the improvements I've made. So I'm like, if I apply that to a store, I think it would have success. Like I think also like I think before I used to look at it like if I opened a store, because I've thought about this for years, it would have to be like I'd still have to do so much online stuff. And I'm like, now I'm kind of like, no, you don't. You can do like 10% online. You still have to do some, but like having it not be like this pressure where it's like mostly online. I don't know. It just.
Yeah. And I know money can be made in a brick and mortar store because of how big Third Eye Comics is now. From when I first went there in 2008, it was like this dinky little strip mall in a strip mall. I mean, it wasn't even a cool strip mall. It was like
a chair. I went to get a chair. That's why I went over there.
Oh,
I'm going back to get it.
Okay.
Go on. Yeah.
It was like it was a dumpy kind of strip mall, but he's moved into like, this is now his fourth, the size of the store in Annapolis now is crazy big. And he's got more stores, more Third Eyes, like all over the place. And so I know that he's able to make money if he's opening up that many, if he's buying other stores, all the other LCSs that are already established and putting the Third Eye name on it. So I know he's making money. So I know it can be done.
Well, and actually what you just described, okay, so that almost means that there's an LCS that didn't succeed. He sees it and says, I can make this succeed. That's kind of my mentality too, is like, other people might look and say, well, John, LCS is not doing well right now. And I'd say, well, is that because LCSs aren't doing well, or is it the way those LCSs are being run?
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think
totally.
So, you know, I think because of things like having an online business for 5 years and seeing what works and doesn't, because I did shows for 4 and 5 years, this isn't like I'm just going into it fresh either, which is like nice. Like as new of an experience as this would be for me, I have a lot of like the inventory part, like the fact that I would open a store and I don't have to buy inventory is like insane. Like most people starting a store would also need to have inventory factored into their opening cost. I don't. Like that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the LCS that I've gone to that like I know guys, like I don't feel bad sharing this. Like the owners that I'm friends with, I've talked to, they've like by their own admission said like they're older, like they're lazier, like they don't have the drive to like go out on the road like I do, like I'm describing, to like buy stuff to bring back that other places won't have. Like that's going to give me a huge advantage if I had a shop right now and I went to Heroes Con and I picked up like a few copies of Fantastic 448 and I'm the only damn person in this area who has those, because that's a huge book. Like that's a big thing. Yeah. Like I'm willing to do that. So, and also like old guys who have like LCSs around me, like they're not as tech savvy and I'm not the best either, but I do have a couple friends, Omar, Omnidog, that kind of helped me promote my business over the last few years. And like, that's a huge, like if I had a store, you're damn right, we'd be linking that to here. Like that's exposure that other people don't have, that I think is valuable, you know, that I think would make a difference. So.
And you know what, now that I think about it, one thing that I know that Steve, that's the name of the guy that owns Third Eye Comics.
Yeah.
It's the customer service aspect of it, because I remember when I was before I moved into collected editions, and I was like a Wednesday Warrior type, and I was actively pulling singles. Yeah. You'd walk into Third Eye and immediately somebody greets you and asks if you need help. Always making sure you're taken care of. And then you go into a regular comic book store. This is the majority of ones that I've been to. The person at the cash register doesn't even look up to greet you. They're like reading a comic book, and it's like you're annoying them to ask them a question. So I think that's one big reason why Steve's so successful, is every one of those employees is not only energetic and young and into comics, but they're friendly and want to make sure you're getting the best experience. So that's like gigantic for my booth at the shows. And that's been a huge reason I think I've been successful. And do you know where I got that from? Like, I got to give credit where credit's due, straight up. Something I do, my wife pointed this out, that I do this. Whenever I talk to anybody in my booth, not only do I like interact with them, I ask them their name. It is like automatic for me. It is like almost the first thing I do. And then I start addressing them by their name. And she's like, you like do that to everybody. And then because I have this like sick memory that I do, like there's people that will come back like a year later and I'll be like, oh, Frank, you bought the freaking Doctor Strange epic last year. And then Frank's like, I cannot believe you remember me. Yeah, that has happened. But actually, where I learned that was like Starbucks, man. Like, because when I worked at Starbucks, and you like, I don't know how much they do it anymore. I think they're getting back to it. But like back when I worked there, like 6-7 years ago, it's when you still wrote everybody's name on the damn cup, right? So like, I built this super strong habit of, hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get for you? Oh, what's your name? And it was so like, but other people like you have kids that won't even look up to say hello. You're damn right. They're not asking you your name. They won't even say hello to you. Yeah. So the fact that I think that's been a big reason I've been successful. So I'm glad you're pointing that out. And that I think Steve doing that, huge reason, absolutely huge reason. No doubt. You're talking about it. Like, had an impact. Yeah. Oh yeah. I still go there to get variants. But yeah, it's a fun experience to go there. Okay, wait. Dock elevator. Oh, I'm a half hour behind. Okay, let me try and catch up a little bit. Watched a video today of people with Parkinson's trying weed and how much it helps them. Oh, it makes me sad for previous generations who could have benefited.
If I ever meet Marty McFly, I'm going to be like, hey, buddy, do you want to go back to the future? Because I heard this can help relax you. So I'm glad I know that.
He probably has.
Probably
I'm
sure
sure probably
be a little funny, but yeah, no, he's.
MJ is also red hair, and that's a +1 for me. But Adrian's saying wrong MJ. Yeah.
Also good though. I like where your head's at, actually.
This looks like it's Ironheart. They have a White Sox logo in the back of episode 1, the only Chicago team that matters. We're so good at being bad that we're breaking records.
They're actually they're respectable bad this year. Last year was despicable.
Larry, I think when I finally get to Heroes Con, I'm going to get a smallish cart and mainly bring singles to get signed and have some sort of box to hold 11x17 prints. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, Chris, I'm sorry, but half an hour ago, thank you for being here. But just think about how amazing it was to get your Lois and Clark signed by all 3 of those guys. That you're right, Adrian. 100%. That was really cool. So trades and singles, but no, I'm not going to take big chunky Omnis with me anymore. What I way overestimated what I thought I could get. I thought I was going to be there at Heroes Con for 3 full days.
Yeah.
And I just didn't feel well. And I brought so many things to get signed. It was next time it'll be a lot more reasonable.
So with the Omnis, do you get the interior of the book signed, or like, would you consider bringing just the dust jacket and getting a dust jacket signed? I wouldn't. I'm just kind of.
I think I'd rather have the book signed.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Oh, here's Comic Slayer right now. You going back to Heroes next year, Jess? I don't know. I'll have to see. If I do, I'm flying. I'm flying and taking an Uber to my hotel. That drive was just way too much. 6 hours by myself. There's only so much Led Zeppelin I can play in the car, and I just was not happy coming back.
Yeah, it's like driving those long hours by yourself. I agree.
Yeah, it's hard enough to live with what goes on in my head, but to spend all that time alone by myself, yeah, that was not the best time. Here's Super Laughhard from Scotland. Good to see you, Super Laughhard.
Wait, you're from the homeland? Oh,
yeah.
My grandmother's from Dundee.
Oh, nice.
Scotland. True story.
What are we looking at in your profile pic?
Looks pretty bad.
What is that? Noir Wolf. I'm not eating pizza this weekend, but watching Johnny eat pizza is the next best thing for real.
I do love a good pie, man.
VFC and Melanie did say they're planning to go back to Heroes Con next year. Okay, cool.
Hey, so what would I have to do to convince you to at some point come to Chicago for a convention? Like, how many people do we have to get like in a group that you're going to meet? So we can go to a Cubs game. I can take you to Superdog, and we can go to a convention. What do I got to do?
A Cubs game, that would be epic. I would like to go to Wrigley Field.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I think both would have to be happening if you're coming here. That would make the most sense.
But wait, when was C2E2? Isn't that
so? Yeah, I was gonna say C2E2 might be like questionable because it would like kind of starts right around the time baseball season starts. But Fan Expo, and there's some caveat because like Fan Expo, which used to be Wizard World, at one point that was the only that used to be Chicago Comic Cons. Like that used to be like the only comic convention in Chicago, and then C2E2 is only like 15 years old. It's like pretty new. C2E2 at this point is probably like a better show, but like Fan Expo is a better area to be around. Like if you were like, hey, I'm gonna come to a show and we're gonna hang out around the convention center, which one? I'd be like, oh, Fan Expo. Like I would not hang out at C2E2 without a gun, and I don't own a gun.
Oh, without a gun. Wow.
That's in that area. Yeah. Oh, actually, 2 years ago, after one of the shows, I very stupidly did not get gas before, and then like me and my two buddies had to go and get gas at like the closest gas station from McCormick Place, which is where C2E2 is. I am 110% positive. We saw like there was like a hooker transaction that happened in front of us, and like
Say that like it's a bad thing.
well, it was interesting to see in real life for the first time, I will say. And it was just like, and like, I mean, it was a bad neighborhood. Like, when people say like, "Oh, there's bad neighborhoods in Chicago," I'm like, that's so overblown. McCormick is near one of those bad neighborhoods where it's not overblown.
Oh, okay. And so where's Fan Expo? Fan Expo's in a better area?
Fan Expo's, yeah, it's in Rosemont, which is okay. It's a suburb where it is a gated community. You have to work in the village of Rosemont to live in the village of Rosemont, and that's where this convention center is. It is like, it is so safe.
You have to work in the city. I mean, you have to work in the gated community to live in the gated community.
In the village, extends beyond the gated community, but there's no houses in the community. I'm sorry, there's no houses in the village except for the gated community.
Okay.
And in order to live in that gated community, you have to work in the village. So you can work at the school, but you have to work in the village to live there. That's the type of like snooty, uppity place that is. Safe as fuck though. I mean, for real. Like, yeah, and like I have some good police connections because like my family is cops there, so also like good connections.
Okay. AS, this is Wild Child. Hellions. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Tex got a copy of Tomb Raider. Larry, did you ever find it? You FOMO'd me into that one. Because it's sold out all over the place. Oh wait, is this the same book, Tomb Raider Colossal Collection? Is this the same book that
I think that's sold out? I think that's the one that people are like looking for already. It just came out.
Oh yeah, it sold out at ISD in like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greetings to Safar. Welcome. Good to see you. Comics Coda. So the upcoming Frankenstein book 2 is missing Men of War number 8 in the solicit. Hopefully that's wrong, as this is the only collection it would make sense in. Frankenstein. Okay. Oh, well, so we're talking about Tomb Raider still. I'm debating whether to get it or not. Seems it comes in its own box, so Amazon packing not going to make a difference. Okay. I pre-ordered from Very Fine Condition sponsor. I wanted to use ISC, but the Keyboard Ninja would have beat me out. Jean Grey. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I did buy that book. But all Reed was doing was telling you the story. It's not like Reed was making anything up. It wasn't a novel. It was a legit telling of G.G. Allen's life. So
unfortunately, yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Johnny, you'd love Reed's books and definitely be able to talk to him about music. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we might be behind, but yeah, if he drums, we gotta somehow drum and bass together because that would be amazing.
Johnny, how about them Cubs, eh? Yeah, except that he doesn't root for them anymore.
Yeah, but they are definitely the most fun to watch they've been in years, and that offense is super legit. But their pitching isn't. Like, unless they make some moves at the deadline, that offense isn't going to carry you very far in October. Fact. So,
Larry just shot a new video with Reed. That's cool.
Oh, excellent.
Monday.
Monday.
Oh, and here's a former customer, dude, or maybe a customer, Robert Reese. Dude, my favorite part about buying Omnis from you wasn't even the admittedly great quality. It was always chatting with you, man. Go Dodgers! What?
Yeah, he's a Dodgers fan, but he's a cool dude, so it outweighs the Dodgers thing. Man, they are Hollywood as shit, though. It's insane.
Yeah, it sounds like it's cover price practically for Tomb Raider. Here's Razor. Welcome, Razor Ramen. Has Johnny thought of doing live stream sales? Still get to interact with people through YouTube, IG, whatnot, or whatever you are selling, and get to reach all customers all over the world.
Very much on the docket.
Okay, I have to get a new thing to put my laptop on. But,
Okay.
So I just have to get a smaller box.
That's fine.
Because my neck's hurting. So it's on the docket.
I think I would. Yeah, like if I can get the shop, like that's something I would actually want to do, like a monthly, like first Friday of every month, live sale, 7:00. Something I'll figure out a day. Third Sunday of every month, I do a live sale on Instagram or something. But I would want it to be consistent. But again, this goes hand in hand with like why I want to shop, so I can get more inventory, like new inventory. Like it's worth doing that when you're getting stuff to turn over monthly, weekly. It's hard when you kind of sit on the same stuff for a long time. Or, like when I used to try doing the live sales with the Omnis, I'm buying, dozens of copies of each title. I have those for months. I'm still in the same stuff 6 months down the line that I was 6 months ago. It's not as exciting. So
no. Okay.
So yeah, if I get the shop, that's definitely something, but for that reason, so that I can actually have new stuff and be consistent. It would be cool to do from a shop instead of in like a garage or a basement. Also, I'm going to turn the light on because it's definitely getting dark here in Illinois. Yeah, I didn't realize it was like that bad. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm struggling with all these parts for Sugar Man. Sugar Man. Okay, here we go.
I wonder if I got anything cool in here to show you. Oh, you don't dig this? Marvel Legends, just because I just got this. I decided to go with these 3 packs. Yeah, I didn't get the other one yet, but I did get this because I decided that
Let me see that again.
These are badass outfits, dude. Like that's what I decided. Yeah, like I used to kind of just like shrug it off. It's killer. It's from the issue 275, the Jim Lee issue, because I got a CGC 98 of that, and like I don't know. Yeah, I got it's right over here too. If you want to see it, you want to see it?
Sure. Yeah, we want to see everything fun.
Oh, this whole room is fun, bro.
Let's see. That makes sense. Okay, wait. Okay, let me. Oh yeah, I remember that issue.
Yeah, it's the wraparound, so it's actually good in the CGC.
Okay, so it's from.
Yeah.
It's from that issue. Was that the only time they wore those unis, or was that?
It's kind of the only time it's really on the cover like this, but they kind of wore them for these like 5 or 6 issues around this time. And then this was just in the same pile. I got these together. This was 271 from Extinction Agenda 9.8. That's for the personal collection. These are for me.
Oh, for you. Okay.
Yeah, because I still want to get a bunch of X-Men CGC 9.8. I love X-Men so much. Yeah, those are pretty rad, right?
Yeah. Nope. Go ahead. Show us what is that now?
It's just a raw copy. It's for me, but first, Mr. Sinister, X-Men 221.
Oh, okay.
Just cool. Just cool cover. So that's that.
It is cool.
Yeah. I'm fun to talk to at cons. Heck yeah.
Sazmer says, yeah, Johnny is friendly and fun to talk to at cons. At least that's been my experience when I've come across his booth.
Yeah, I'm always friendly. It's funny because going into it, I was worried like 5-6 years ago, like, am I going to have people like irritating me, trying to like haggle too much? Are there going to be people who are jerks? I can only think of like 1 or 2 times where people have been like really rude. Like outside of that, it's been like insanely consistent with how nice people are, like insane.
Oh, that's always nice to hear.
Yeah, so that helps keep the energy up on my end too. Some guy spilled a beer on one of my tables this year. That set me off.
Oh boy,
a
beer.
And no one saw it either. But like my helpers, all of a sudden, it's funny. They knew it was gonna piss me off. They knew it because they were trying to hide it from me, and they were like swapping out a tablecloth, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like nothing. I'm like, really nothing? Because you guys there's something happened, and I'm like, does it smell like beer? I'm like, did somebody smell a beer? And like, yeah, man, I got. But outside of that,
was beer allowed at the? Was it sold at the venue? Wait, you were at CP2? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Harvey says that makes sense. This is when he was asking what your. Okay, this is No, this is wobbly. He was asking why you were
Right. Yeah.
why you were wanting to go into a personal. I mean, an LCS. Personally, I'd like to avoid interacting with random people. Yeah.
And I get that. I understand that part of it too.
Now that you mention it, I have personally seen multiple people come in to sell collections just while I was at my comics picking up my pull list. Yeah.
Yeah.
That logic about opening physical makes great sense. Is there going to be an opening day party?
If it happens, because remember, this is all like very,
right.
Theoretical. We can't jinx it. We can't jinx it. Right. Yeah. The other thing I would do, this is like, I don't know why my mind thinks this stuff. There's a really sweet spot for a television. And I'm like, dude, I would get like a Roku, and like all the time I would have like comic stuff for like Batman the Animated Series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the animated series, like DC animated movies, MCU movies, like all the time playing. That'd be cool as heck.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, I would probably do like an opening event, like maybe a sidewalk sale. Because the other thing is, there's the unit I want. There's like 2 open units next to it, so I think there'd be a lot of opportunity to do like a sidewalk sale. Like I said, it wouldn't be like interfering with anybody else's business. So it seems like a good opening week type of thing. If it happens.
Right, if it happens. Razor saying LCSs can definitely be successful right now. Cape and Cowl continues to grow. Razor's in California. I think you're in the Bay Area, Razor, as is their local con, getting guests like Rick Remender and Patton Oswalt.
And because I do things like go around to comic conventions, I'm more prone to have opportunities to meet people that I could then network with. You know what I mean? A lot of comic guys go, I can't leave. I got a comic store. I'm like, dude, it might be worth closing shop for 3 days to go network at a comic convention.
Yeah.
Because you can bring people, like he's saying, you can meet artists. Hey, I got a shop in Chicago. Oh, you're from there. Cool. Oh, when you travel there, you don't have a shop to go to. Now you do. There's things you can make happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is funny. Back when I worked at McDonald's, first of all, that's funny. I infamously read the newspaper on the front counter and purposefully ignored customers who were waiting to order until they said something. I don't think that surprises me. I'm going to tell Lou that from Omnibros, because I think he would think that was probably on brand, never change cycle. I had way too much Randall energy and not enough Dante, but I still somehow was a manager. Also, whenever anyone complained about prices, I would tell them I was saving for my Porsche.
That's awesome.
What up, Kenny? Good to see you. Don't know if anyone else has asked since I showed up late, but Johnny, my friend, what do you think of PSA slabs?
Yeah, I think they look pretty crappy. Have you seen them? They didn't do. Do you know what he's talking about, even, or no? So PSA is the company that, or one of the companies, but the prominent company that does sports cards and probably also playing cards. But they're the ones who grade, like, if you had a Michael Jordan, it'd be like a PSA.
PSA does?
Yeah, instead of CGC, you like PSA is like the prominent. And they just recently got into doing comic book grading. Like, it was announced like, a year ago, and like they finally just started revealing the slabs. And they look, I just think they look very lame. They look just like the card slabs, but they're bigger for a comic book. So they're very plain.
And has anybody had an issue with what their grading is like?
No, I think they only had like samples out at a recent convention. I don't even think they might have been at Heroes. I'm not even just saying that. That might have been where it was. I might be wrong. Like, don't quote me on that, but it was somewhere recently. They just had some samples out, and I think people were saying like the quality seemed all right. Like the slab was actually like a good plastic, but no one's actually gotten their stuff graded yet, I don't think.
Yeah, that's gonna be. CGC has such a lock on what their grading is like.
And it's going to have this, like, CBCS never got taken as seriously. I think this is going to be the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. What is that? A little X-Men dog? What is that? what are we looking at here, Robert? I
This is a dog in space. I don't know if it's an X.
Oh, I thought
I
it's,
can see because the uniform, the color. Maybe.
yeah, it looks like an X. Okay, it's just a doggy in space.
Are we gonna have the? Are we gonna be doing ice cream at some point still? Is that? Still
Oh yeah, let me ask upper management to bring me something.
I'm gonna bring mine out so it starts to soften a little bit.
Okay. Oh, can you bring me down an ice cream bar whenever you get a chance? Oh, I'll just come up and. Okay, that's fine. I'll come up and get it then. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's okay. Bye. Okay, we'll work it out. Riri uses a Cubs flag to cover up the suit when she's hauling it around, which is phenomenal. Sadly, her mom wears a Sox jersey later in the series. Yeah, the Pope is a White Sox fan, so take it easy.
Dude, that's been a big thing here. There have been some.
I bet.
It's like I even kind of like, I'm usually not in on the memes with anything, but like those, there were some good ones, dude. Like deep dish pizza Eucharists and stuff like that. Like, they're funny.
This is at Heroes Con. Adrian saw a dude bring the dust jacket to Death of Soups for Jurgen to sign. Jurgen's to sign, yeah. Jess, you need to find a podcast that has so many episodes you can play it on both trips. I had tons of music, thousands and thousands of pieces of music, but I just got so tired of being by myself. I just was not into it. I'm not into listening to my own thoughts. It was just, I'd rather have somebody with me and just not be alone with myself. It's not, I hate my brain. I really do. Oh, Mary M. I flew and it was super easy. Only part that I didn't love was having to sort of limit what I could take back with me. Yeah, I get that.
You know what you could do if you wanted to get creative? If you fly somewhere, you could mail your books back to yourself. Just drop them off at a post office.
Well, that's true.
You could package them so they don't get damaged, too.
I hope you didn't carry that huge Amanda Connor book with you, Jess. That would have been tough by itself. The Amanda Connor book. Was that the one that I bought? Because I bought a Amanda Connor book and then a San Diego Con Harley cover. Is that the book we're talking about? Or yeah, what are we talking about? I did a video for Heroes Con, but it's like 20 minutes of just my talking about Thursday night and Friday day and night and the stuff I got. I show that off, but it seems kind of like a boring video. I may not post it. I don't see why anybody would watch it. It seems pretty dull. Although I did. What's that?
Did you record a walkthrough?
Oh, for Heroes Con? No.
Yeah.
That would require editing, and I don't do any editing.
Ah, okay. Oh, you know what I liked of yours that I watched you should do more of? You did the Nocenti Omnibus, the Daredevil Omnibus review. You should do more. Like, I know you review stuff. I know it's not the only book you reviewed. But I was just like I don't know. You should do more. You should do even more. It was a good review.
Well, I think that was just an overview, wasn't it?
Overview. Yeah, that's more what I mean. I meant a more overview.
Okay. I do. Actually, I have an overview that I'm going to do for... I did one for Red Lanterns, and I just got in. Strange Academy. I need to release that one. Strange Academy's great.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for the input. I appreciate that.
Of course. Yeah. No, that helped me decide to get the Nocenti one.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, for real. I did.
Robert did a 4-hour drive back home from Fan Expo Dallas last month, and yeah, if it wasn't for talking to some friends on the phone, I would have lost my mind. Yeah, I couldn't reach my friends. I had 6 hours that I could have talked to people on the phone, and where were all my friends? I must have made 7 calls and nobody was there. Super excited for Superman. Ordered my tickets via Fandango. Seeing it in my local Regal Cinema at 4:45 with my dad. My 3rd Superman film I've seen since 2006. Yeah, I don't have a strategy yet. I do want to. I mean, I definitely want to see it. I mean, I can't wait to see it, but I also don't want to have a bunch of people. I don't want to deal with the crowd. So I definitely want to see it at the Alamo. Because I saw This Is Spinal Tap today, and while the crowd at a regular theater, and while the crowd was quiet, I still saw people with their cell phones out in the middle of the show, and I really hate that.
Did you turn it to 11?
Yeah. My wife had never seen it, and I had to explain that scene to her, and she was thinking it was great.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Having you two sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" would be boss. Would be
boss. Doesn't matter. That would be fun. I would love that. That would be awesome. You ever caught a ball at a game, Jess?
No. I went to a game where my friend, it was an O's game at Memorial Stadium back in night before Camden Yards was built. And he caught a ball, and he was, and I actually knew the first baseman from the Texas Rangers. I went to high school with him. This is back in the late 80s. His name was Pete O'Brien, and he actually had a pretty nice career. Very nice guy. I yelled at him, and he came up to us and talked to my friend, and my friend was impressed that I knew a major league ball player. And
pretty cool.
So he caught a ball in that game with his childhood mitt and his a childhood O's cap on, stuck it under his seat where his girlfriend and a girl they were trying to set me up with were sitting. And then the girls came to meet us as we were coming back. He and I were coming back with some food. And when we got back to the seats, everything was gone. So that's the closest I've ever come to having. He caught the ball, and then somebody stole everything from under our seats.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Had a shitty ending.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Larry went to Wizard World in 2005 in Rosemont.
Heck yeah. Well, maybe Jess will be there next year. Maybe.
In the Marvel, this is his avatar. In the Marvel UK release of Secret Wars, there was a section called The Secret Artist, where each week we would get a twisted and funny pinup of a Marvel character. She-Hulk is punching some dude in the jaw, and it was a Secret Artist pinup. Oh, okay, so that's his jaw getting smacked there. That's why that face looks so weird. Okay. Thank you.
Because he got his jaw broke by She-Hulk.
Right. Comic Slayer went to Wizard World with her dad in 2005. It was great. And 2 back-to-back flashback weekend Buffy cons in Chicago back then, too. Great con memories in Chicago. It's awesome having Comic Slayer in the chat. It was great to see her in person. How about an OmniFans trip to Chicago for opening day party at the new shop?
That would be sick.
That would be cool.
That would be really sick.
Brian 12ish says Brian McCormick Place ain't that bad. Just park on the museum campus and walk there, or take the shuttle. Okay. Any biography of G.G. Allen that isn't filthy would be a fiction. Yeah, totally.
He was talking about the place, the C2E2 place, where I said it was really crappy. Okay, just making sure you know. Yeah.
Boosters right there. Let's go Mets. I see the new shelves are in great shape, Jess. Good to see. Oh, over where the shelves of death used to be in the small room? Yeah. Thank you. Have you read any Norm Breyfogle Batman comics? Brayfogle. He didn't mean to say Brayfogle.
Issue 587 of Detective Comics happens to be the best cover of Detective Comics in the entire run, and it is by one Mr. Norm Brayfogle. Absolutely.
Whoa.
Norm Brayfogle.
Yeah.
Norm Brayfogle is probably my favorite Batman artist.
He is
He's
awesome.
in the conversation. Yeah.
He's in
How
the
about you?
conversation. He's in the conversation. Yeah. I think Neil Adams, probably unrestored Neil Adams, is still my favorite. I'd have to think. Who else? I really like Jim Aparo back in the day. I think current. Who's I'd have to go in the other room, but who did the art for Tinian's run? I'd have to go into the other room. I have to go up and get my own ice cream bar. So just a sec. I'll go take a look. I think that art is gorgeous. Okay, let's wait a sec here. We'll go on a trip upstairs so I can get my ice cream, and I'll take a short stop in to see who the artist is that I like so much from Tiny Onion's run.
How about Frank Miller? Like, it's very. I mean, I can see why people wouldn't like The Dark Knight Returns, but like
Jorge Jimenez. Yeah, Jorge Jimenez is awesome.
Uh-oh. Did Jess freeze himself? Holy shoot.
Am I frozen?
Woo! I thought I was Omnidog for a minute. I was gonna have to take over. we
glitched out scary. There, but we're back.
Oh, you're back, baby. It's like you never left. Thank God.
Mr. Tex has to leave. Okay, have a good work day, Mr. Tex. Thanks for being here.
What if we just stayed up all night streaming and Tex stayed up with us and you just went to work on no sleep?
Yeah.
I better grab a spoon so I can crack into this moose track. Would it be these moose tracks? Man, I ate that whole pizza.
Nice.
Unabashedly.
Okay.
These were the candies I got, by the way. Have you had these? The Rad Reds by Sour Punch, and it's just the red flavors.
Ooh.
Dude. It is one of the best bags of candy. I bought like 6 of these around Valentine's because these are the Valentine's ones.
Oh,
So I can have one for each month for like my cheat day because for the next 6 months.
I love sour stuff. Are they good and sour?
Yeah, they are actually. I kind of had forgotten how much sugar these things have on them.
They're
insanely sour. Yeah, they're really. Do you like sour Skittles? Sour Skittles are good.
I've had those. I can't eat regular Skittles because they pull my fillings out of my teeth.
What's your favorite like fruity candy, like gummy candy?
Probably Sour Patch Kids.
Nice. Good choice.
I love sour stuff. Here's my fake ice cream AS. Sorry. It's not real. It's all artificial stuff.
You know, does Ben and Jerry's make a Moose Tracks? Because I was looking and I did not find one, and that does not seem like a flavor.
I don't think so. I think Moose Tracks is like a regional. I think. Look at this. I'd rather have regular ice cream. I think that I've seen Moose Tracks before, but I haven't seen it from Ben and Jerry's. It's always been like from Breyers or somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who makes that? The one you're eating?
Yeah, I think this is like the house brand from Jewel Signature Select because they didn't have like a fun brand.
Yeah.
Like you're saying. Yeah. I looked. I would have preferred not to get the house brand, but it's the only one they had.
Yeah. So what's in Moose Tracks? I forget.
Yeah, it's chocolate swirl and then mini peanut butter cups.
Ooh.
Yeah, which I really like. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. I will start my July Omni of the month next week. Micronauts Volume 1. Omni of
Nice.
the month. That's smart. I think that was one of my goals with Taylor Talks Comics. I need to have Taylor back on so we can talk about how our goals are going.
Oh, man, I'm so irritated that I've never gotten to like chat with Taylor outside of messaging. Dude, I like that guy a lot.
Oh yeah. He is a really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good guy.
Well, and him and I have a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. He loves the Taschen books as much as I do, and very few people do. So like I feel like I have a big bond with him over that. I don't even know if he feels the bond with me that I feel for us. But yeah, I'm like, oh no one else wants to talk about these things. You do.
Yeah, he does. He loves classic comics and he loves his big comics. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need to have him on again. You only want to use PSA for cards.
Yeah.
Right. Fake ice cream. Sorry. Johnny's eating the real thing.
No, this is
Johnny's
really
just literally just a random image file on Google Images. Couldn't even tell you how or when I found it. It's a non-distinct space doggy. Okay. He's pretty cute. Just wasn't you supposed to tell Johnny about Heroes Con?
Yeah, how was Heroes Con? Didn't you? I think you did. You can tell me more. You can tell me anything you want.
I feel like I told you the most fun parts was at night, Friday night. James is one of the people I saw. That was cool.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I was bummed I missed him because I mean Jimmy's been doing these chats as long as I can remember. So,
where'd you see pics?
maybe Newman Condition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody because I saw a picture of you as well. It had to be Omar that posted them or Melanie. Yeah, it had to be one.
Post it. We will watch it. That's my Heroes Con experience.
I agree actually with him, but you do you. But I agree. Yeah.
I should. If I was editing at all, I'd edit something in saying, I think this is a terrible video, but James wanted to see it, and so did Johnny. Let me have my Superman video. Give it some time to breathe right now.
Oh, dude, I'm stoked about this. I'm seeing Superman on Tuesday. I got one of the early screenings through the Amazon thing.
Oh, nice.
Did you know about that or no?
No, I didn't know you could see it early.
Yeah, if you had like Fandango or no, maybe it was just Amazon Prime. Might have just been Amazon Prime. But if you had Amazon Prime, they had like an opportunity to buy like an early screening. And yeah, I got 2 tickets. So I'm seeing it on Tuesday. I'm really stoked. You want to see Superman? It looks good, dude.
Oh, I can't wait. But I don't. That's what I was saying when Kenny was talking about it. I don't want to see it with a bunch of people.
Right. Yeah.
I need to, but if I see it in an Alamo, that'll be fine because it can be a full theater and it'll still be fine.
Is the Alamo? Is it like a generic theater, or is there some like unique experience about it?
Oh, Alamo is a chain that if you talk or use your cell phone while the movie's playing, you get one complaint, and if you do it again, you get kicked out. So I haven't ever had to narc on anybody yet.
Okay.
But I usually, with my movie buddy, I know she's going to want to see the Superman movie. I think that's when it would happen, is if I go see it with a big crowd. Oh, wow. I would not hesitate to red flag somebody. Or flash the red card or whatever.
No, I'm with you on that. It ruined the experience.
Peace and love, but 6 to 12 hours by myself sounds amazing. It was just not that. It wasn't that fun. It was really awful. Even, I mean, just driving Earth's Geomancer, that would be fun for you. Do you have like a lot of little kids running around, or what? I don't know. It just wasn't. It wasn't as fun as it sounds. Maybe you're more interesting in your own head than I am. I was tired of my own company after an hour. Fly plus Uber plus a viewer to guide you to con. Plus a viewer to guide you to con. Right. AS, you can help me get to the convention from my hotel next year.
That'd be a cool service.
Because I got
like
lost. I definitely
like a Sherpa.
I got lost trying to find the Mr. Tex may be referring to the Amanda Connor Gallery Edition. Oh, the Gallery Edition. Do I own that? Wait. I don't.
Do you even know what you own? That's how much stuff you have. You don't know what you have.
The Amanda Connor Gallery Edition. I don't. Oh, I do own that. Okay, that's a recent acquire. That's a recent thing I acquired. That's right. Okay. That's what Mr. Tex is saying. That okay. That was a book I got from Torpedo Comics.
Oh, nice.
It's like a $150 book that I got for $25 plus $25 shipping. It's like as big as a Taschen. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you, Jewish Dragons. That's what Mr. Tex was talking about. That giant book. It didn't even occur to me to bring that. Kane says, I always scope out the convention vendor floor and artist alley area before I do anything else in the convention. I commit to memory of booths and artists I want to see and go to them during the con. I see the pockets in the crowd and navigate through them with ease.
I do think people who don't look at the map ahead of time are doing themselves a disservice, or like the vendor list. I can't understand why you wouldn't do that. And then those are the people who always come up and like, do you know where this is? And I'm like, no, I'm standing in the same spot for the whole weekend. You're the one who's walking the floor, not me. No, you should look at the map.
Well, of course, since I got lost on my way to the convention center, I also got lost on the convention floor because not always it was hard because, they give numbers, but, the guess is going to be Artist Alley 1630. Okay, well, I'm going up and down Artist Alley 1650. So which direction do I go in? Okay, 1640, 1620. Wait, where's 1630? Wasn't I looking for 1630? It's a whole thing. I get lost all the time on convention floors.
I can understand that.
Well, that's nice. Thank you. I feel better.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say too, I think it's the North Carolina one. Doesn't it have like a weird angle on one of the walls too, or is that Baltimore? One of them does, where like it angles. It's not like a straight wall. Like all that. I actually think it might have been Baltimore.
I feel like it's pretty normally laid out at Heroes Con.
It is. Now I'm picturing the floor. Yeah, no, in Baltimore, do you remember where we met Jeff Loeb? It was like the tables, like the rows, like each row behind it was like longer because it was like if that makes sense, because the wall was angled, like by where the food stuff was.
I do remember that. Yeah.
I could see stuff like that getting like way confusing, actually. Like that, I'm like for real. Like that, I don't know.
There's another part of Heroes Con that's kind of confusing because it's the convention center, and then there's extra little chunk up here where like Amanda Connor was, and Adam Hughes, and Michael and Laura Allred. Those were some serious lines. There was a really huge line for the Allreds, but it's around it's hard to navigate. You'll be over in the other section and you'll see where it's where I don't know. It's hard to figure out sometimes to get over there. That's actually where Lionel Francis Yu gave me a bunch of sour Skittles gummies.
Nice.
He was really nice. He insisted
So-
I have them.
I hope I can describe this right. So, like, if you like walk into the convention center for Heroes, and you go left, you know how like when you go left, then it like dips back. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go left.
Yeah. So with that, I always like. There's like a catch-22 with that. I feel like if you're set up over there, one, I'm like, I wouldn't want to be there because I feel like you're not going to get people going over there as much. But then I'm like, the opposite is like, I feel like anyone who's over there is going to kind of stick in that area because like it's so vast. So, like, I don't know. What did you think? You said it was very crowded over there.
Well, there were I feel like comic book sellers, like retailers, they were sort of in their own section, and then there was like an artist's alley type thing
Behind them, kind of, right?
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I don't think in the part we're talking about, I don't feel like there were any retailers over there. It was all creators, I feel like. But there was Amanda Connor and Palmiotti and Adam Hughes and Michael Allred. They were right in front, like they were across from each other. So there was like a triangle of them. And the Allred's line, James said that it went out like the door on Saturday. It was so huge. If you were in that line, I think it took him 2 hours to get something signed, but I'm sure it was a 3-hour wait for whoever got in there. But Adam Hughes, I decided, well, I was going to see him on Saturday, but then I didn't feel well. So I'm glad I got, and Jenny Frison I wanted to see too, but her line was just crazy. It was just like the Allred's line. I guess Jenny Frison doesn't get out to sell much. Doesn't get out to shows much because she had a gigantic line before she even showed up. And I've seen Adam Hughes before. So I feel like he's not as rare a convention get as the Allreds or Jenny Frison. So I didn't feel that bad about missing him. I saw his dogs. They were really cute. So his partner brought their dogs. So that was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Omnidog.
I should have got a picture with him.
You should have.
Yeah. Greg,
Did I ever see a picture of the dog at the Mets game when I was there in the Mets jersey with the sunglasses? Did I send you that?
What's that now?
When I went to the Mets game last year, there was a dog outside in a Mets jersey, like with sunglasses and like a sombrero, but it was a dog.
Yeah,
you send you that picture. Okay. I figured I would have, but what a dressed dog! What a dressed dog!
We're still dog sitting that dog, Kane. He's still here. He's so attached to my wife. He loves upper management, and it was so obvious today. We came back from seeing This Is Spinal Tap, and I took him out for his walk, and he just was beside himself when he couldn't get to my wife. She was in the on the deck back here putting some fan together, and he was going ape that he couldn't get to her. He was whining and complaining and talking and just shrieking. I'm like, Patty, hurry up, please. Just gotta get in here. This dog's going berserk without you. And I'm like, dude, I'm right here. I'll pay attention to you. Come on. He was having none of that. He wanted.
What kind of dog is he?
Like a Maltipoo or something. He couldn't weigh more than 5 pounds.
Tiny guy. Okay.
Yeah, he's very sweet though. But he goes crazy at other dogs, and he's like 5 pounds. And some Rottweiler will walk by and just look at him, and he's going ape over this Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Nowadays, Jimenez is Batman and Mora is DC. You're not wrong. You're not wrong on those, Adrian. I picked up Neil Adams' Thrill Kill Artist Edition portfolio today for cheap. Oh, from The Escapist. Okay, so you are in the Bay Area. That's right, because The Escapist is like in Berkeley or something, right? I've been there a couple of times.
Did you do you watch the DC animated movies?
I try to. I have a bunch of them, but I haven't really caught up as much as I should. I have a bunch of them, and what I don't have, I can probably see on HBO.
Yeah, my buddy came over the other night and logged into the HBO, and we watched because he had it and I didn't. And we watched the new Batman Ninja, the Justice League, but they were Yakuza League. That's what it was. Do you know about that? I didn't even know it was the thing. It's like pretty new.
What is it now?
It's Batman Ninja Yakuza League. You know, like the Yakuza's the Japanese mob. So it's not Justice League, it's Yakuza League. Like they're all Yakuza, but they're the Justice League.
This is an animated show?
Yeah, it's an animated one. It's just because there was Batman Ninja. This is like the sequel. Did you know they did like a Ninja Batman?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. I never saw it, but then they just came with a sequel, Ninja Batman Yakuza League, and I watched it, and it was cool. I hadn't watched a DC animated movie in a long time. It was really good.
And so, does that make you want to see Batman Ninja?
It did actually, because I was very against it. Because I'm like, how good could that be? It just seemed very odd, and I'm like, oh, I might have been ignorant to not see it. Yeah, and then we watched. Did you what? You probably didn't. The new Watchmen. They did the 2-part Watchmen.
I haven't seen that.
It's like really true to the comic. Yeah, it's an animated one. It was fantastic. If you're into Watchmen, I mean, it's basically like a shot for shot of the book. It was really good.
Okay. Juice Dragon's favorite Batman artist is Mazzucchelli, but I have a soft spot for Dick Sprang, Aparo, and Don Newton. Hey, here's my buddy Day Day and Sean from Comic Pals. What up? Good to see you both. Love the shirt. Thank you. It's little Spideys. Spiderhead.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Oh, and they're different kinds too. He's got different eye expressions on two of them at least. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got wide open. Whoop. I think like I'm showing it to you. Yeah, his eyes are. Yeah, he does have different eyes.
And the webs are really subtle. Like the black.
Yeah, it's a webby background. Black. Yeah. It's all black webby. Yeah.
Like from here, you can't even tell. It's cool. Like you have to zoom in for it.
Thank you, Day Day. I appreciate that. I'm working on a show with Day Day, and I'm working on a show with Sean. I just haven't, Sean. I just haven't got some of the. There's a couple of moving parts that I'm trying to nail down, but we're eventually going to get there. And I've got a good show that's good that I've got planned with Omni Nation. It's going to be. How we love the New 52. I bet we can make that an ongoing show if you want, Day Day. We're doing it with Comic Book Report. Wait, is it Comic Book Report? Yeah, isn't it Dom? Wait, I made a whole chat of it. So let's see.
Does he work for comic releases or does he do both?
Yeah, okay. That's Dom from the Comic Book Report. Yeah, I think we can make a series out of that. We love the New 52, so that'll be good. I just got myself some chocolate peanut butter ice cream. Nice, Kane. Johnny, your shirt is dope too.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, man. It's the Captain America shirt.
Harvey, be honest. Were you expecting any answer as awesome as that from Johnny?
You know what's funny? They made a figure last year, or I think it was late last year, early this year, based off that cover, and it got like review bombed on the internet because that cover, his cape is like waving off to the side, and so they made the figure like that. But the way it is, if you lift the arms in any capacity, it knocks the head and the cape off because it's like a removable head and cape.
Oh.
Yes, you can't pose him in like any way. Like you pretty much just have to have him like stiff down like this.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
A
Yeah.
little bit of a bummer. So I'm glad I missed it because I was going to overpay for it on eBay, and then I watched the reviews and was like, nope, we're good.
Harvey, be honest. You didn't expect him to have that great an answer, right? You expected him to come up empty. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Dodgers just lost. Oh, Hobby, I'm sorry. What are they?
We're the World Series champs. You're fine. You're good.
Funny thing about Alamo is they're strict about phones, but then they have waiters bringing food to people in the theater. I'm against the dining experience. I get what you're saying, Razor.
That's a good
You
point,
do have
actually.
waiters going back and forth and handing you the bill and stuff while you're trying to watch the movie. So, yeah, you're not wrong there. I'm with Earth's Geo. I don't think I'm ever more relaxed than I am on a road trip by myself. Wow. That's awesome. I think you guys are lucky. I don't ever want to do it again.
See, I'd be looking forward to doing it without the trailer. Like all joking aside, I think that'd be a way because I've had to do it with a trailer pretty much every time.
Yeah.
That's way more depressing because you got to be way more aware.
Yeah. He is. I've got a couple things, and I have a thing going with Sean. I just haven't found the other person that I need to get. Okay, yeah, I said that, right?
Hey, Jess, let me tell you what you bought for how much you bought it for.
Better than I do. I
so
fully
good.
admit to that. People know better than I do.
That's my favorite comment from the night, actually. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think he wasn't even like trying to be funny. He was just telling
No,
me
I fully cop to it. Like Freddie knows what I have for Marvel stuff better than I do.
No.
People know my collection better than I do. It's one of those things. I don't even know. I can't explain it. People have better memories than I do. Yeah, it was a good deal. It was a really good deal. Somebody else, maybe it was NFL dude. Somebody else got it too. I can't remember. Yeah, I agree, but they're on the tables. Each booth at Heroes should have a number of it. I
think everyone takes them down, but when you arrive, there is signage up on every single booth that has your name and booth number. But I think people take them down or they get covered by their banners. But I'm not like saying that like in a, you're wrong, Razor Ramen. No,
Right.
They do, but they should do it in a way where it doesn't get removed because you're right.
Yeah, and so you only find like one table that has a number on it, and then you've got to figure out where everything else is going.
The thing that sucked too for me last year, because that show was the one that went so bad for me last year. That's another reason I didn't want to go this year. It like the perception of where things are on the map doesn't always match where it is in real life. And what I mean is like, I chose the booth area I did last year because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be against a wall and I'm going to be like far enough away from these other things. But then you get there and you're like, oh, what looked like far on a map was only like 20 feet in real life. And like, I'm 20 feet from a freaking, you probably saw this thing. It was the blood drive. Did you walk by the blood drive at any point?
Oh, God, that makes me pass out. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I almost fainted walking by it.
I was on the wall next to them last year, and I think that also was a thing where I didn't know it was going to be a blood drive, and I think that was a deterrent for people, actually.
Yeah, that would have kept me away.
Right. They're not just asking for my signature. They literally want my blood.
Peace and love to everybody that donates blood. You're a much better person than I am. Just thinking about it makes me want to pass out.
I'm with you on that.
Juice Dragon says they should put directional numbers on tape or something on the floor in front of each booth. The overheads are only so useful. Oh, Bonk here. The numbers on booths mean nothing when you're walking the floor. Just the aisles are useful. Bunk is somebody, it was fun to hang out with him at Heroes Con. And yeah, that's why I had trouble finding people.
I don't think at Heroes Con that it's the type of show where they have them above. I don't think, but like at New York Comic Con and C2E2, they do hang like giant, probably like 30-foot banners above the aisles that say aisle 1600. And you're right.
Oh.
Even if you don't know where 1633 is, you can find it really easily because you can see 1600.
Right.
I don't think they do it at all shows, but yeah, the bigger ones, they do.
They did that
Yeah.
at Heroes because that's the
Oh, they
only
did do it. Okay,
Yeah.
so they do
the
do
only
it
way
there.
I could find the aisle. So I
Sure.
go up and
Okay.
down the aisle, and I'm like, where is this person supposed to be? I'm not finding them.
I got you.
So that got frustrating. But it sounds like Bunk and Jewish Dragons both had the same experience, and it sounds like Razor too.
Would you go back to Would you go back to Baltimore Con, or because it's close enough, or is it like still kind of too much of a drive? Because I know it's not like next door for you, but it's not 6 hours either. You know.
Yeah, it's probably an hour and 15 minutes. See, I think that if I went to Baltimore Con again, I don't think I'd do it on a Friday because while the con itself isn't busy, traffic's awful. So I would go on a Saturday, and even though the con would be busy, I'd have a much easier time driving. So the answer is yes on a Saturday or Sunday.
So funny thing, you're so right about that. The McCormick place we've talked about, that is in Chicago, right? And I live in a suburb, but for all intents and purposes, I live in Chicago. McCormick place for the Friday next year, I'm actually going to get a hotel room Thursday into Friday because, to your point, even me living here, driving into the city on Friday morning with the traffic, it's the stupidest thing ever. Saturday and Sunday, you can basically on Friday, if I want to get there at 8, I have to leave at 6. You know what I'm saying? So I can beat the traffic. On Saturday, if I want to get there at 8, I can leave at like 7:15 and I'll get there at 8. Like that's how drastic it is. So I feel you. Same kind of thing.
Yeah, and peace and love to everybody from Maryland, but Maryland drivers are insane. All Virginia.
Oh, the East Coast in general. The East Coast driving is different than the Midwest. It just straight up is.
You're being nice. I mean, Maryland drivers are almost suicidal. They take risks that I never imagine doing. They're nuts. Claremont had to have had the worst line. Bunk says that Jenny line was crazy and she was in the middle of the con. That's right. That's the way you could find her, is that she had a gigantic line. Feels like most of the other crazy huge lines were in the back of the con. That's where I was telling you. That's where the Allreds had a way long line.
So I think you were actually the one that I talked about this with a lot after that show went so bad for me last year. Aren't you the one who's commented so many times how it's more of like an autograph show than, or like a, Did you feel that being there this year? Like, did you like looking at the lines, were you like, yeah, all the artists have lines, the vendors, yeah, they're busy, but it's not the same? Or did you feel it was more even? I know you weren't like paying attention to that, but what was your perception? Like, do you think it is more like artist centric?
Well, the people I hang out with and that I hung out with were there for signatures.
Right.
But Bunk and Jewish Dragons were there for to talk to people, and they were both into original art. So they made so that Jewish Dragons and Bunk might have had original art that they were looking at. There were a lot of floppy single classic comic book covers, key issue type things. There are a bunch of those, but there weren't lines it was easy to talk to them.
Yeah, right. There wasn't like a big crowd around it. No, I got to wait to go through that box. And that was, or were there a few like that?
I think there's always going to be those people that want to. Well, I'm the same way when I want to look for something and you're waiting for the guy to get done with the M section of Marvel or something so you can get in there yourself. There were those people, but for I don't know what a retailer would tell you about Heroes Con. I mean,
well, anybody in the chat, like you're saying, these guys who were shopping around, what was their experience? Did you guys feel like you were waiting to look through stuff? Did you feel like everything was super accessible? Like did you feel like your lines where you were waiting for artists were longer? I'd love to, because that's helpful information for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really remember people well, I don't know. We were mostly just talking about, at the drink and draw, we were just mostly talking about whatever. I don't think people were buying a lot of older issues. I know that there's that like Lobo issue that has Lars the Norwegian assassin that we wanted to get. I think AS and I were talking about it. We wanted to get Lobo 61 because he's in it. Lars is in it.
What?
When he worked for Wizard magazine.
Yeah, no way. That's cool.
He's
like
in
he's
it.
Drawn in, or he's in like an ad for Wizard?
No, he's in the story.
That's so fucking cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
Like the Wizard magazine editor-in-chief or something is in there, and he refers to Lars as Lars the Norwegian assassin. And we wanted to find the Lobo book so we could have Lars sign it.
Did you get to hang out with Lars? Was that your first time meeting him in person?
Yeah, that was my first time meeting him. He was at
C. He's awesome. He was at C2E2 the last 2 years, and I've gotten in a lot better shape since I've met you. Like, I've lost a lot of weight and been working out like a shit ton. And so like at C2E2, I was kind of just wearing like a tank top around. And it's funny, Lars, he was really into my arms. he was like clinging onto my arms. He was like, "Oh my God, you're jacked." And was like hanging on. And I was like, "Dude, honestly, you're stroking my ego right now. So keep it up." So it's like, I already loved Lars, but like my love for him is like, it went from like 10 out of 10 to like 11 out of 10. So like he was like really into my arms. It made me feel very good.
Is funny.
Yeah, he's got good energy to be like in person with too, which I kind of knew he would, but like I think he's another person where you benefit more from being less behind a screen and more in person. Like, not that he's not good on the screen, he's amazing, but I'm saying you get more of like
the same way in real life as he is on very fine conditions, Marvel solicits. Yeah. That's the crack up. I waited an hour for the Allreds, but most of that was because they were late again on Saturday. I was third or fourth in their line. How long? Okay, I waited for an hour for the Allreds. Okay, so you were third or fourth in line, and you waited an hour. Okay, that's not too bad. If you just waited, over an hour, that's not too bad.
But I would say if he's saying they were late, if they were on time, he might have been in that line for 20 minutes. Or something, 10 minutes. Oh, I'm third or fourth in line. I should be here for 10 minutes. That's how I would take that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Is Milo okay? Watching fireworks out the window while my son is recovering from a minor surgery. How's he doing? Everything okay there, Bunk? Wait, what did Hobby say?
Probably about the project you guys were working on, I would think.
Yeah, probably. It's probably way back there. Oh, yeah, we are working on that.
Also, as we're talking about this, could I start cracking into this box?
Oh, yeah. Let's see the live unboxing.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, this has been it's been in my like living room sealed in this box for like 2.5 months. You're gonna be like, you just had that sitting in a box for 2.5 months, and I just hadn't got it.
What if it's the wrong comic or the comic's beat up?
Well, it's graded, luckily, so it's probably going to be what it is. But I'm going to crack it out of the grading case, not tonight, but I'm going to eventually crack it out to read it. It's a crazy. You're going to be like, you're going to do that to that book? Yes, I have.
Wow. I kind of can't wait to see it now.
Yeah, and there is a little bit of, like, I don't want to just nonstop talk about it, but there is, like, a little bit of a cool story, too, because I did originally buy it as, like, an investment piece, and then the guy, like, there was a lot of haggling back and forth with the guy on eBay. And eventually, after we agreed on it, he basically was like, I'm so glad this is going to a good home and someone who really wanted it because I'm the original owner. And so and I was like, oh shit, I can't sell this thing now. So I'm keeping it. It wasn't my intention when I bought it, but I'm keeping it.
I can't.
I would feel guilty.
Yeah, you want
I
to
feel really guilty. I do, yeah. And I was searching for a copy to buy, like a reader copy as well, but I wasn't as deep in the woods on that. I really wanted just an investment piece. And this isn't anything like thousands and thousands of dollars because I was hesitant to do that because I've never sat on a book like that with intent. So I didn't want to buy a $5,000 giant size X-Men, sit on it for a year and a half and it not really accumulate. So I'll just do it with a few $100 books, see what happens. But still a pretty key issue.
Okay. Yeah, Andy chose upper management. You even remembered his name was Andy. Good for you, Kane, to be his human. Yeah, that's an honor to have. Bunk's longest wait was DWJ on Saturday, between an hour and a half. Had some friends with me in line, so it went by pretty quickly. AS saw the new Yakuza League and was super intrigued. William Lee says new Watchmen is sick.
Any guesses? Yeah, you can't see through that at all.
No. What's the grade?
What is the grade? The grade is a 5.0 white pages. And I'll say this. One of the reasons, too, I actually kind of like getting a graded copy with a book like this. It doesn't have any grader's notes about there being any soiling or stains on it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So even though it's a 5.0, it's not because it has a stain. It's because it's beat up from being read. I don't like stains on my books. I'm against that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Ninja Batman Yakuza League was entertaining. I think they changed the voice actors and the animation was different, but entertaining.
Oh, the animation was different, that's for sure.
Here we go. I expect everyone to have that kind of answer, and I'm almost always disappointed. Yep, that's what I thought.
I'm glad I didn't disappoint.
No, you scored big with Harvey.
Ooh. Oh my god, you really packaged this thing, which is good, but holy shit.
I personally don't. Oh wait, I do have a Taschen book, but it's not like a superhero Taschen book. It's something else.
Yeah, I got 4 of them. I got them right behind me, actually. I have Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers, and Silver Surfer.
I think mine's probably a cheesecake book. It's in the other room.
All right, so it's pretty much the biggest key issue of X-Men that's not giant size, right?
Oh, yeah, 94.
Yeah, it's technically X-Men #1, kind of in a weird way.
Yeah, it and Giant, they came out right around the same time, right?
Yeah, Giant came out right before this and relaunched the team, and then it restarts because issue 93 is still one of the reprints. Issue 67 through 94 are just reprints. Yeah, so
why do you want to read this when you could easily read it in collected edition form?
My friend, because that's the difference between listening to vinyl and CD. And
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, it's not the same experience. And especially with X-Men, I want to do it one time in its original format. I'm really into that. And I mean, I'm not a fan of the reproduction, to be honest. I don't even though I collect the Masterworks, it's not I like the Taschen stuff. If Taschen comes out with it, I'll replace my Marvel stuff with it. Like the Silver Surfer book, I got rid of my Silver Surfer omnibus because the Taschen one.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like the original. It just looks more like a comic book instead of something that was printed off a computer.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty happy with that.
Really cool.
Yeah,
that's a really cool book.
Yeah, and I'm the second owner of it, which is awesome. That this guy, he's owned it since it came out. He told me the story, and that's pretty rad.
Please tell me you'll at least wash your hands very cleanly before you handle the book.
Of course.
Okay.
And who knows? I mean, if I if my presser's good enough, maybe I can get it regraded after I read it and squeeze a 6 out of it or something.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but
Okay,
yeah.
this is almost making me pass out. I used to draw my own blood samples for the sample in lab test. I can't go on, Harvey. Wow. You are a brave soul. Whoa.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's like the people who tattoo themselves for practice. Like, oh my God. Artists tattoo their own legs and stuff as practice.
I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
Ooh. I never
Think about candy.
I never got to find Rich Davis because of this. Yeah, okay, I feel better now. I honestly think he wasn't there. Hell, I walked past Joe Kelly trying to find him. It's funny because I was wearing a Ben 10 jacket, which he co-created. Okay, you're making me feel better, Adrian, because I really had I had trouble navigating to find people. Okay, good. Thank you.
And also, too, just to clear up my comment from earlier about that, I was more implying the people who don't even bother to look at the maps, not the people who look at the maps and can't find stuff. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sounding like you guys all like looked for the maps and like, like that. I don't think that's ignorant. I think there's the people who like legitimately don't even look at the maps and don't even try. I'm like, well, come on.
Yeah, I feel like everybody went in with a plan of attack. You know, just having the map and who we wanted to see, and a lot of people had them in the order that they wanted, to see. I'll hit him first and her next and him next. So I feel like everybody was organized in that way. We just were confused. And it happened to Baltimore too. It's hard when you only can find the aisle and the number. You just can't find the number. And you go up and down and you can't find Rich Davis or whoever you're looking for. Yeah. I wanted to go to Baltimore Comic Con. I'd take Amtrak down in the light rail to the convention center, get a room at the Hyatt across the street with the Sky Bridge.
Yeah.
Good plan.
And I would go back to Camden Yards if I ever went there, because that ballpark was beautiful.
Oh, it's pretty cool, right?
It's number one on my list because I mean, Fenway I think is going to be number one, and I've been there, but only for a tour. They didn't go for a game, so I don't count it yet. But Camden I put above Wrigley as like best park I've been to. I thought Camden was like really, really incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, well, New York City drivers, I'm just talking about the interstate, really. It's 95 going up and back to Baltimore is where people take crazy chances. But yeah, I don't.
I will say, I know it's not the places we talked about, but East Coast again. The entire time we've been married, almost 4 years, almost 4 years. Every vacation we've ever gone on, I've driven everywhere except when we went to Boston. My wife was like, no, you're going to get into a fight because like everyone was like, I couldn't do it. Everyone was so crazy that I was getting
about Boston drivers.
Yeah. So like, I just assumed the whole East Coast is crazy. Like, I didn't do well.
Yeah. I mean, you're not right. You're totally right. Yeah. The whole East Coast is crazy, but also I think everywhere is crazy.
Dude. Okay. Did I tell? I don't know if I told you this on the side. I definitely didn't tell you on your show before, but whatever at this point. When I was in New York for New York Comic Con last year, dude, I got like caught in an intersection because New York driving, like that's just how it is. And some guy, I can't believe the audacity, came up, banged on the front of my car, and then knocked my side mirror in because I was like in the intersection.
And he was a pedestrian, or he got out of the car?
No, he was a pedestrian crossing the street. But like, the light was green as hell, and I was like going forward, and then it just stopped, and then the light turned red, and I'm stuck. Like, what do you want from me? And yeah, he did that. And like, man, I got out of the car and said something, but it was, I just can't believe that. And he wasn't even a driver, but like those people are crazy. Like, that's nutty to just hit my side mirror in like that. But
that is aggressive.
Yeah, well, he ran when I got out, so I guess I was more aggressive. So that was funny. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm crazy, but I got out and I was like, "Hey, buddy, I want to talk to you." And then he turned around and then he ran, and I'm like, "Oh, come on, you were tough 10 seconds ago."
That's so funny.
It was funny, yeah.
Razor went to the cover artist panel, and the other artists were actually talking to Jenny before it started about how surprised they were her table wasn't in the area. Allred's, DWJ, Hughes, etc. Interesting.
You know who I'm stoked to meet in Terrificon? He's like 50% of the reason I'm going. I know he's at a lot of shows, but Kevin Eastman, Turtles creator. I'm gonna get my TMNT #1 signed by him. I have a third printing #1. That'll be cool.
That is cool. I definitely feel like Heroes was way more about the artists than the vendors. The art that was getting purchased was directly from the artists, not vendors. I'd rather buy from the artist. Yeah.
Well, and actually, I didn't even consider that because I was more talking books. But you're right. I would much rather buy it from the artists for a litany of reasons. #1 being they're getting the money, and not some other. Like I'm all about that. Yeah, that's a really good point. Actually, that you can buy directly from the artists there.
Yeah. Oh, Razor wanted Lobo 61 too. Yeah. See, we all wanted a cop. Did you find it, Razor? I feel like that's such an odd comic.
Dude, I hope so. I hope so many people asked for it that vendors like after the show were like, "Did you sell out of your Lobo 61?" Yeah, everybody was asking for that. What the? Is it a hot book? Is there a key? And then like no one can figure out why it's wanted. It's just this like small niche group that just wants large books.
Yeah, I wonder what it actually. Let me search on eBay for it. Okay, Lobo 61. Lobo 61. Oh, it's actually. Wait a minute. Lobo appears as Super Bro. Who gets Super Bro low print, hard to find? What? This is a $40 book? No. This has to be.
Bro, I'm holding like a $500 book. You're talking to me about $40 books.
Well, we just want kind of a goof. I don't think.
I know. $40 on a goof isn't. I get what you're saying.
Let me see what it's sold for. $20. Okay, that's what I'd be willing to pay for it. $20 and then get Lars to sign it. That's Lobo appears as Super Bro. Who the hell cares about Super Bro? Who's Super Bro? Wait. Okay, $14. That sounds better. Super Bro.
Lobo, are you on eBay?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
I'll look on Shortbox. Lobo 61. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Do you ever use Shortbox? Do you ever use that app?
I think I have it, but I don't think I've used it.
Cool. I like it. Lobo 61.
I've never even gone to the signature section at a con, but the cons around me don't get great artists, writers, mostly have voiceover actors and stuff. Just go for the books. Oh, AS didn't wait at vendor booths, didn't do autographs, enjoyed the creators speaking at the panels. That's a good idea. I should do that next year because I know BJ had a panel. Well, I missed it. He was doing a live show from there. BJ Kicks was, and I would have liked to have seen that on Saturday, but I wasn't feeling well. But that's a good idea to go to the panels.
I've only been to one, and it was amazing. I know you don't like the show, but I went to the voice actors for Goku and Vegeta for Dragon Ball, and like, dude, it was so good that like I was on the fence about getting the autographs from them, and then I went to the panel and like walked right out and got in line for the autographs. Like it made a difference. So I think those are good. Like I only been to one, but it was worth it. So I would agree.
Razor got 60 signed and remarked. I gotta see how he remarked it. Did you put that in Discord? I hope it's in Discord somewhere. And how much did you pay for Lobo 61? Did you bring it to the con or did you buy it at the con? That's hilarious. Vendors were getting foot traffic, but never felt like there was a wait to get at a vendor, either the wares or to talk to the proprietor. Didn't feel like this was a buffet.
Right.
Enjoy
Well,
the
and the thing with that room,
shows for vendors. Okay.
the thing with that room too is there's so many comic vendors that it's like competitive if you're selling, but if you're buying, it's a buyer's market. I mean, it's, well, I can find this at 20 other booths in here. So that's another reason I'd want to go there, just to buy stuff, because I think it's more prone to deals. I mean,
Yeah.
the room is filled with the same stuff.
Adrian and I are both jealous of you, Razor, that he got Lobo 61.
Man, I just realized it's a Razor Ramon pun. I can't believe it took me almost 3 hours. That's such a good fucking name. Do you even get it? It's a wrestling thing. I don't know if you would.
It's been pointed out to me by Omnidog.
Okay.
From Australia. He's a huge wrestling fan, and he told me about what a great pun that is.
You know, I got one more cool wrestling thing, because we've had the Kane in there, right?
She's
person.
from I don't know that that's a wrestling reference.
Well, there's a wrestler named Kane, but it's spelled differently, right?
Yeah.
So he was my favorite wrestler as a kid, like bar none. Loved Kane. At C2E2 this year on Sunday, at one point I just went to do like a bathroom trip, and when I walk away, there's some dude in a Kane mask taking a picture with some guy, and I kind of look, I'm like, man, that guy's huge, just like Kane, and then like stop dead in my tracks. I'm like, oh my God, that's him. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He was like a last minute addition, and I didn't even know. I just happened to see him because I was going to the bathroom. I got a picture and an autograph with him. He was like super nice. He was really cool.
Who had the mask on?
He did. No, he did. Yeah, he was in a mask. Even the picture with me, he's in the mask.
Oh, he's in the Kane has a mask. He wears when he wrestles. Okay,
he did. Yeah, he wore a mask. Yeah. Okay. So like I just saw like the fan taking it with, like, I thought it was just a guy in a cosplay, but he's legitimately 7 feet tall. And when I kind of realized that, I was like, oh, dude, the picture, his forearm is like bigger than my bicep, bro. It's
wow.
Sorry, I dropped my headphone. He was one of the most jacked human beings I've ever met in my life.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah, Scotty Young always has a long line.
He's very popular.
My favorite Heroes vendor booth has cheap trades, hardcovers, and it was consistently busy. Was that
probably Gem City?
Was that the Reed Chancellor vendor booth? Oh wait, does he have any of his stuff in hardcovers? Where was that, Comic Slayer? I felt like you were talking about Reed, but are we talking about somebody else?
Oh, I thought she was talking about the Gem City guy.
I thought so too. Yeah, but she might be talking about Reed,
her husband. Yeah.
Yeah. Where you do have to post that remark somewhere. I have to give a 5-minute warning because I'm starting to fade. I'll give it. Wait, we'll make it 9 minutes, 8 minutes. 8-minute warning because I'm starting to fade.
That's cool.
Met an incredibly interesting vendor with a shop in Minneapolis who had some amazing 1950s British sci-fi pulps. That is cool. Agree with Bunk. I bought art from both artists and dealers, but more from the artists or their agents. But sometimes you're buying art from artists who passed away.
Yeah, in that case, you got to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do the long lines, but I got everything signed except for Tim Seeley and Rich Davis. Yeah, it looked like you couldn't even find Rich Davis.
Hey, interesting thing with autographs. Do you get yours personalized? Because I'm more of a less is more type of guy, and I don't want to get a bunch of stuff autographed by one person. I just want one thing, and I make them do it to Johnny Boy so that I can't go and like flip it and sell it later. It's like, that's for me. Do you get them personalized or no? I don't know many people that do.
I try to, especially if it's a cover of a single.
Okay.
Because I don't want them to feel like I'm going to go flip it. So I ask them to make it out to me personally. Yeah. It was I didn't even think to get that for the Superman Lois and Clark Road to Rebirth one from Dan Jurgens that I had signed by Scott Hanna and Lee Weeks. I didn't even think to do that, to have it personalized. I got into a nice conversation with Dan Jurgens, so I felt like that was kind of the personal touch I was looking for.
For sure. You met Lee Weeks? That's awesome.
Yeah, he was nice. Scott, Lee Weeks and Dan Jurgens were free, and I didn't even pick up on Scott Hanna. I just had him sign it, and I was walking away, and he goes, "Oh, hey, sorry, $20." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That's so funny.
I didn't even pick up on the fact that he was charging. I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited! You're like the third name I can get on this book." And he's like, "All right, well, $20, please." Whoa, come back here, buddy.
So actually, kind of the opposite. When I met Kane, I was so enamored because he was my childhood like wrestling idol that I asked the woman how much it was. I was like, "How much is the autograph and picture?" She said $80. I threw 100 at her. I don't know if she gave me change or not. Like that's how like focused I was. Like after the whole thing transpired, I'm like, I mean, I think she did, but I don't think she tried stealing from me. But I'm like, if she didn't, I can't even get mad at her because I just like threw it and just kept walking. Like it's funny. Sonny,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, what are you doing any other shows this year? Or is there just no plan to go to any other conventions?
I feel like I've done my show for the year.
Just one a year kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
To Chicago next year. Whoever said that. I mean, we had multiple people here that are from here, and maybe we'd even get them to come in if they knew they were going to meet Jess. Maybe we do a signing at my booth. Maybe we do a signing at my shop.
At your shop?
Oh, if I get one.
Oh, we should get Lars to sign Lobo 61.
Oh my God, yes, that would be sick. Yeah.
And you get like 20 copies of Lobo 61 and you drive the price up.
Yeah, I would love that. That'd be fun. That'd be a good
experiment. Would be great. Comic Slayer, I waited approximately 5 seconds for DWJ, rolled up with one person in front of us, waited maybe 20 minutes for Craig Thompson. It was a short line, but he sketches, talks to everyone. 5 seconds for DWJ. Wow. Nice.
Did you talk to Josh Greathouse? Was he there?
Yeah. I went to his booth, and again, he had gone to the bathroom. So I left him a big note that said, "I was here. Where were you?" And then I was at Reed's table talking to him and Miriam and Kristen, and he came up and gave me a big hug. Josh did, and he gave me a giant hug. So I talked to him for a while, and he was there. I feel like he was there Friday night. I'm pretty sure he was there Friday night at the drink and draw.
The drink and draw, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask one more thing before we like to part? Because there was one subject.
Oh yeah, we have plenty of time if you want to keep engaging. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got to go, you got to go. But with Marvel canceling the Masterworks, I don't know if you saw her putting them on hiatus.
Yeah.
Just more like a food for thought conversation. So like I kind of after that, because I've been really waiting to get X-Men in like straight Masterworks before I read it. Like I haven't even like read Uncanny X-Men, like Claremont's X-Men. And I really right. And like I wanted to do it in one format. Like I know it's available if you like mix and match and everything, but I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And so after they canceled it, like I kind of am like, man, it only took him 16 years to write the run, and those Masterworks have been coming out since 87. That's like 30 years. It's taking almost twice as long to release these in this version. So like, I guess my question is like, do you think that like doing this restoration is really worth it when it like in this instance, like I would almost argue like the restoration cost the line finishing because of how long it took. I'm not criticizing the restoration. Like that's not what this is about. Like but the length of time it takes seems to have hurt the product more than it helped now that we're at this point. What are your thoughts on that?
Wow, that's a really good point. I think probably Omar would have a more informed opinion on that, because that makes sense that the restoration, takes long and pushes the price up, because I guess, they've been selling Masterworks since 87. Okay, so only recently then maybe has it become not profitable enough for them to continue in.
Right. We don't even know the real reason, but I'm assuming that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would guess that it's just not economically feasible for them now. Same reason they stopped. I think they put on hiatus doing the oversized hardcovers.
Yes, you are correct. Yeah.
So, it sounds like that was a contributor. Not enough, maybe not enough people were buying at the restoration boosted price. I don't know if I said that right.
No, I think I get what you're saying though. Like if it was available in a different format but not as cleanly restored, maybe they were buying the cheaper version, kind of thing. Is that what you mean?
Maybe. But
yeah.
I don't know. Once you commit to restoring everything, then everybody's. I feel like you can't come out with two versions, like the unrestored $50 one or the nicely restored $75 one.
So I don't know if something like this is possible. Like I want to, because we have those emails we can write to them. I want to see if I can bring this up. Like, could the Masterworks be like a direct to order thing because and here would be the justification, because that is like the top of the line restoration. Once they do that restoration, that's what they use for all the subsequent releases, right?
Yeah.
So if someone was like, well, if you do the Masterworks direct to order, why wouldn't you just do Epics and Omnis? Well, no, you're not doing it for those because you want the retailers. But with Masterworks, since those people buying them are kind of funding the restoration, maybe you just do them like Marvel and then Marvel can cut out a middleman, and then you're making them to order. The people are paying for it, and then I've noticed with the Masterworks people, I think of like the groups, they're the most willing to spend money on the books. Like, I think they would put up the least amount of resistance in like, hey, you guys are going to pay more, but we'll finish the lines. I think they'd be like, all right, we're in.
I don't think a print to order would work, but I bet if you did like a Kickstarter format,
something, yeah. I think there's room for that.
You get commitments from people that, and it's Marvel, so you're not going to get jacked for your money. I would think the Kickstarter format would work better for something like that. I've seen, you've seen Boom has done the Kickstarter format, so I don't know why.
And whoever just made those, is it Skybound that made those sweet ass G.I. Joe box sets? I can't remember who made them. Do you know what I'm talking about? They look killer.
I do, yeah. I don't know G.I. Joe, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Those were also Kickstarter, was my point. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's Image. The Skybound imprint is through Image.
Yeah. You're correct. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like there's got to be creative ways to get that program to keep going, because then what, like, do they keep doing the restoration but just don't release them in Masterworks, and then like you just get that same quality in an omnibus, or no, we're just not getting that restoration anymore? Like, I wish they could kind of communicate that to us. I know that they don't owe it to us, but that would be whatever, helpful.
I get your point. I feel like I understand their point too, though, but I also, I understand the comic collector mentality, and I understand the business part of it too. I imagine people are pretty wound up about it.
Yeah, and for me, I would say I'm in a minority of this, but for me, I'm almost like, at this point, I'd rather just get the singles and forego the collected editions because it's easier. It's almost like easier. Like it's more expensive, but they're out there, they're released. I don't have to wait for them. I just got to go buy them. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was my last big point.
Okay, no, I think that's interesting how they could actually figure out a way to get them to people that have been collecting. And yeah.
I don't know because they tried doing the remaster works, and I thought that was a weird decision because that also seems like that should be a Kickstarter thing. You know, that's when they went back because they're redoing them, but it's like if you guys would have just done like reprints of some things, I would imagine a reprint cost way less than a remaster.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys could have like funded remaster works by doing reprints first. I don't know. I just, you know.
Yeah.
That's
actually, the comic slayer DWJ got up and came to us in the line. That guy is a sweetheart. Miriam, yes, that's true. He walked into the line to get our books. He was lovely. Did that happen because you happened to be strolling an adorably cute little baby with the beautiful eyes that she had? That DWJ came up. I bet your Harley Quinn Birdie of Prey card that you played may have played into that.
How recently
baby is adorable.
How recently was it brought into this world? I didn't know this was a thing.
I don't think she's a year old yet. I feel like she's less than a year old.
And she's already been to Heroes Con? Dang.
Oh, and Comic Slayer was fully prepared. That stroller had all kinds of ammunition and baby wipes and diapers and juice cups and everything. She was prepared. It was great. Yeah. I thought Heroes was not crowded at all, even during the busiest time on Saturday. I didn't wait long for anything, but I'm not super into Chris Claremont or Roy Thomas. Yeah. There were a few lines that were super long, and almost everyone else was cool to just walk up to ours. Just wait a few minutes. Waited about 15 minutes for Dennis Cowan. That's not bad. Craig Thompson. Yeah, I can see waiting in line. Maybe he doesn't make many appearances outside.
So you know what's interesting about the Terrificon is if you buy the 3-day badge, you get a 1 per day. I don't have much more information than the name. Jump the line pass for one artist or creator. So I'm wondering how that works. Like, do you literally just fuck you guys? I'm jumping ahead of you.
You get to jump the line once a day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you get the 3, so even though I'm only going to go to the show like one day, I might get the 3-day badge just so I can get that perk for the day I'm there.
Wow.
But I don't know how it works. Can you literally just walk up when there's a line of people? I mean, that's what it sounds like, right? Like, isn't that how that would work? Like, that seems bogus as hell, but it seems like that's what you can do.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Yeah. I would have used mine for sure on Jenny Fersan and the All Reds.
Right. Well, yeah, and if my wife comes and I buy her a 3-day badge, I get 2 then because she's not going to want anything signed.
Oh, man, I buy a handful of badges.
Right. Well, it's a 3-day, though, so that's, I mean, yeah. You could make it worth, if you got the right signatures and you sold some of them, you could make that pay for itself. You could.
Yeah. Razor Ramen took me to where Craig Thompson was. I only had one person in front of me. Wow. And I just looked up the voice cast for Batman Ninja films, and yes, the voice cast changed. I knew they sounded off. It has been time since I've seen the original. Dang, my ears are good.
Okay. I can't believe how many people were at that show. I really did miss out. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. And
everyone here was there.
Half the people.
Yeah. I missed out.
Original colors and paper, which is why the Tashins are great.
Yeah. And I'm just, I'm not understanding why they wouldn't just why are they so opposed to just reprinting them like how Taschen does? Like, why wouldn't Marvel just do that? Because even that other company does them where they make the Portfolio Society. That's it. The giant size X-Men picture I sent you yesterday is a Portfolio Society facsimile.
Oh, okay. That's what that is?
Yeah, but it's like super legit, dude. Like it looks and feels like a regular comic book.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't understand why Marvel's like opposed to doing that. Like, because even that Ed Piskor X-Men omnibus that was a Marvel omnibus has like the lighter, more newsprint like paper. Like that book, I don't know if you own a copy. It's lighter than any other omnibus. Like if you held it in one hand and then any other book, you'd be like, "Oh, this is the Ed Piskor one." I could tell. It's so much lighter.
Oh, no, I don't. I have no.
Oh, and Grand Design. That's what I'm talking about. X-Men Grand Design.
Oh, Grand Design. Okay. No, I have the Treasury editions that
for sure. But it's basically like that paper, because even on the Treasuries, he had them do it on like the more newsprint style. It's basically like that, but an omnibus, and it's the only one they've done like that. And I'm wondering why you can't, because if that paper has to be so much cheaper. There's no way that is not cheaper than glossy paper.
Practically wood chips in it. Yeah.
Right. Wow, that's hilarious. I like that.
Yeah, you're right. I feel so much better that a lot of people felt that way. I walked around a square of tables at least 4 times before I found Steve Olive. I totally feel much better. And this is DWJ. That it was a slow night. I definitely wasn't complaining. I know you weren't complaining, because I remember 2 years ago when my wife and I went on Friday, and we got in with the regular people, but I ran to Daniel Warren Johnson, so and we were only like 10 people back, but he does take his time with everybody, and it's super nice. He spent so much time with us and signed my wife's Wonder Woman shirt and did a sketch in the book that I bought from him, which was the book that everybody loves, and I'm blocking on it right now. Murder Falcon. Yeah, I bought that from him, so he's drew in it. But yeah, he does talk to everybody, and he's super nice, like crazy nice. Always got a smile on his face.
That's awesome, actually. Get your money's worth.
Hero Scott is like this: make a plan, execute the plan. Plan fails, improvise. Yeah, I think you're right, Adrian. Because I still did not find a couple of people.
Did you have any badass barbecue when you were there? Because straight up, the best barbecue I've had in my life was when I'm not at the convention center, but when I was in Charlotte for that show. Best barbecue of my life.
As a matter of fact, we did. Where's Jewish Dragons? Jewish Dragons is the one that researched it, because he lives in California. He lives in Southern California, and he says there's no good barbecue there. And so he researched it, and we, Lars and I and Jewish Dragons and Melanie and Omar all went to this place. I felt it was really good. All I can tell you is it tasted great. It was barbecue, and it was really, really good.
Was it Speedy Max? Because that's the place I went to. Speedy Max. Was it that?
I forget the name of the place we went, Jewish Dragons, but I was sorry I was so full, because right across the street, like a street that was 10 feet wide, was a milkshake place. And I was like, oh, I so want a milkshake, but I'm too full of barbecue.
You could have squeezed it in. I like his comment, too, about the Action Comics #1. That would be sick, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Superman fan, and I would, to hold that in your hand would just be like,
yeah.
Dude, there's certain books, like even that X-Men 94, like it gives you a little bit of like a sensation holding a book like that. It just does. Like it's.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see why you want to do it. This is a good strategy. Went to Craig Thompson on Sunday. He had no line. Bought another copy of Blankets to get it signed.
Yeah, there's definitely different strategies for different days. I do feel that's a big thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm sorry I didn't I couldn't go Saturday, and I should have. If I had to do it again, and on this will be my plan when I do it again. I will, and I will either fly out Sunday night, or I will spend the money to stay an extra night and fly out the next morning.
Dude, that is something. I know it's not the exact same, but I used to be all about, I'm going to get out on the road Sunday night. It's better to go back to the hotel and sleep and go fresh on Monday. There's an advantage to it. You don't feel like shit, and that has a value.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm not even that old. I'm not even that old, and it has a value. So
yeah. DWJ was so kind and invested with everyone. When I tried to give him a beer at the art auction, and he's gluten-free, he was trying to connect while I was trying to get out. Wait, he's gluten-free. Oh, okay. So you tried to give him a beer, but he's gluten-free. He was still trying to connect with you. Okay. Okay, now we're talking about Boston drivers. First appearance of Lars is a major key. It is. Oh, and here's Josh Greathouse here, who wasn't at his booth when I went by.
Yeah. How come you're here but not there? Interesting.
Okay, he got Lobo 61, $10. That's good. Nice. No, he wasn't.
No, I was originally going to, and then I had to kind of choose between that and Terrificon, and Terrificon made more sense for me this year. Just to go to, I'm not setting up. I didn't set up at Heroes. Obviously.
There's BJ's live.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pass. That's cool.
BJ kicks. I assume BJ kicks, right?
Yeah. Okay, wait. Where did Razor post it? Let's see. It's somewhere in the Discord. Oh. Here it is. Wait, there's Razor Ramen. It's in the general section. And there's Lars signing it. That's pretty funny. The Norwegian assassin.
That's super sick.
That's great. I'm glad you got that, Razor. I would have liked to have done that. Yeah, I just saw. Well, wait a sec. I can share it with the audience. Let's see. How can I make this a little bigger? Oh, there we go. All right. So this is Lars signing Razor's copy of Lobo 61. And we'll see Lars here signing it. So there's Lobo 61 down here, and here's Lars.
Awesome.
Okay, go back. There we go. And okay. To Razor. OMG. I've got. Wait, what? Sorry, I can't read this.
The future, something the future.
Something the future. Blessing upon you. Blessing upon you. The Norwegian assassin. And it looks like Thor's hammer or something right there.
Yeah, it does.
That's awesome.
That is sick.
That's my new life goal, is to get the Norwegian assassin to sign a book.
Yeah, I'm glad I know that's a thing I have to do now.
Yeah. BJ Kicks had a ton of people that came there for it. It was really cool to see the group of us all posted up there for him. At one point he went, "Shout out to all my friends here." Oh, and I missed it.
Guess you're not his friend. He is in Tennessee. You know, or in Kentucky, one of the two. The wrestler I was talking about.
Yeah, the wrestler Kane, brother to the Undertaker.
Correct.
Is that right? Wow, Kane knows even more than I do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not in
wait.
real life. That was their characters, but yes.
Johnny, how do you feel about Kane unmasking? Also, the dude's the mayor of a city in Tennessee.
I think it's Knoxville.
Knows wrestling. I can promise you that.
How do I feel about the unmasking? It ruined it. I only like him before because it ruined the story too. The whole story was his face was burned when he was a kid in like a fire, so that's why he wore the mask. And then he took it off, and it was obviously his face isn't burned, so it kind of ruins the backstory a little bit.
Okay.
It turned out they were mental scars, not physical scars. That's like, yeah. Yeah, well, here was the thing, kind of why I brought up I certainly don't want to get into the politics thing anyway, but I would just say whatever side he's on is not the side I'm on. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'd ever want to meet him because of that. And when I saw him, like none of that, it just all washed away. And I was like, no, I'm a little boy meeting my favorite wrestler, not a grown man meeting someone I disagree with. Like, let it, time and place, so.
And Sean's into it. He says that Kane story is so cool, man. I love that for you. Sean's into wrestling too. I met CM Punk at NYCC in a similar way. You mean you went up to the bathroom and asked for his signature?
Oh, I did meet a wrestler in a bathroom recently too. That was funny. Wait, you'll love this. Wait, this is so bogus. Okay, Gangrel. His whole shtick was he was like a vampire. He even has his like teeth like filed like a vampire, like for real. Okay. But he was into like the Lost, it was more like the Lost Boys. You remember that movie from the 80s, The Lost Boys? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when I met him, it was at the Elvira convention that I mentioned from a few weeks back. He was there. Yeah. Okay. So I was in my tank top. I had my red headband on, and I had my sunglasses. And the only reason I didn't have them like away was I forgot the case, and I didn't want them like on my belt loop because that's how I lost them in New York, actually.
Oh.
And they're Ray-Ban. So I just had my sunglasses on. Normally I wouldn't do that. I end up going into the bathroom, and I'm next to him. And then we're like washing our hands. And this dude, who is dressed like a vampire in real life, looks at me in the mirror and he's like, so what are you supposed to be dressed as? And I go, oh, I'm not dressed as anything. This is just how I go. And he goes, oh, okay. And then like walks away. And I'm like, are you joking? Your teeth are filed like Dracula. And you went, oh, okay. To how I'm dressed? Are you joking? So that was pretty funny.
So who was this person?
His name is Gangrel, 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 and he was a wrestler, but his whole shtick was he was a vampire.
He altered his teeth?
Yeah, and then check this. We had no idea this was happening. After the show, at like 7 o'clock when the show ended, they had a wrestling event in the convention center because they had a wrestling ring, and it was a cosplay wrestling. They were all cosplayed as like horror movie people, like serial killers and shit. And the last fight was the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre tag teamed with the guy from Scream, Ghostface, against Blade and Gangrel. And like everyone knew he was coming out when it was like Blade. So it was the vampire with the vampire hunter.
Right.
It was wild. It was very wild.
That's amazing.
It was a good story.
Yeah. I like Gem City, but this is a different vendor. I don't even know their name, but they're awesome. Not Reed. Okay. Miriam always gets personalized signatures. Yeah. Start hoarding copies of Lobo 61. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Rodimus, good to see you. Glad you're okay so far. Still waiting on that heart. Josh was definitely okay. Good. I definitely there at the drink and draw. I had him tag in for me, even if he didn't realize he was doing that. Bunk and Josh trading things. Jess, never read Claremont's X-Men? No. How have you not been excommunicated by VFC? I just haven't had a chance yet. I still am halfway through Krakoa. Once I'm done with Krakoa, then I can probably start reading classic X-Men. But I'm determined to finish Krakoa first.
You enjoying it?
Oh, yeah, I love it. Yeah, I really do. Okay. or they put Masterworks on hold since we are entering a time when we don't need the restoration art since most of it is saved. They're basically a smaller version of an omnibus for usually a third of the content with no extras at the same price, but weren't a lot of the scans used for the Omni prints.
So okay, if you're like a restoration buff, they do like a very generic digital restoration. And then when they get remastered, when they do the Masterworks, that guy Corey goes in and actually like manually, like line by line, like enhances them. Once they've done that process, those are then the scans they use going forward. They don't use like the digital restoration ones. They use these ones that he did digitally, but by hand. So there is like a difference if you have them side by side. Like if you ever watch one of Very Fine Conditions comparison videos, like you can see the line work differences when they're side by side. If you were just reading it straight up, like you can't really tell, I don't think. It wouldn't like deter from the story.
Okay.
But I think there's people who care about it, which is why they're willing to pay for that, is I guess what I'm getting at. Like it's like vinyl and CD. Some people would be like it's cheaper on CD, but some people say it's better on vinyl. I'll pay the extra money.
Yeah. It used to be the opposite. CDs were more expensive than vinyl.
Right.
And now I think you can find vinyl easier than you can find CDs.
It depends what it is, but yeah, I think you're probably right.
Hey, Rodimus, I have to ask. So you're there. He's in the hospital waiting for a heart transplant. Are you like, are you in a hospital? I can't remember if I asked you this. Are you in like a hospital gown still, or are you just like in your street clothes in like a room waiting for a heart, just hanging out? Are you hooked up? Do you have a bunch of stuff that you need, like in your like intravenously, or are you just kicking back with a book, fully dressed, just like, hey, where's the heart? Let's go here. Let's speed this thing up, boy. Well, so tell me that. It was Skybound. Thank you. Marvel wants to do Kickstarter, but I think it would be a mistake since they don't need Kickstarter. I mean, the mouse got enough cash. Okay. Any chance we can get a story of you and the Second City Saint? Is that CM Punk, who Sean is talking about? Oh, he's going to tell it right now. I was in between assignments at NYCC and was waiting around by the bathroom area. That sounds wrong, but okay. I spotted CM Punk going to the bathroom. He was there for a panel back when he was writing for Marvel. I waited until he came out, approached him, told him he's my favorite wrestler. I just happened to be wearing a shirt of his that day, and he was kind enough to take a picture with me. That's awesome. Harley Quinn is 11 months. Birthday's next month. Okay.
Her name is Harley Quinn.
It's actually Quinn, but we're all calling her Harley.
Okay. And wait, next month when? Because my birthday is also next month.
Isn't the next month?
August 20th, baby.
August 20th. I don't know.
Well, that's mine. Same day as that Ninja Turtles movie.
Okay, right.
Hopefully the babies is similar around there.
One of Quinn's favorite things is touring, being carried by me, my library room, repeatedly as I narrate stuff like it's a museum. That's awesome.
That's beautiful.
It is the comic equivalent of Disney Fast Pass. Just to throw down right in front of somebody saying, sorry, I have the badge that allows
you've been waiting for 2 hours? Oh, you're waiting 2 hours and 5 minutes. Get out of my way. That'd be brutal.
Wait a sec. Okay. CM Punk. Yeah, dude, I've heard horror stories, but he couldn't have been nicer to me. And admittedly, it's not great to approach someone coming out of the bathroom, but I didn't think I would ever have another chance to talk to the man. Oh, yeah, this is a goal. To see Rodimus at next year's Heroes Con? That would be awesome.
Agreed. Then we'll get some ribs together.
Yeah. I bet there are people who would disaggregate their skip the line provide from the badge. Maybe don't need to buy the whole underlying pass. Disaggregate. That's like, whoa, good word, AS. That's next Imaginaut level. Disaggregate. There's skip the line. Wow. Marvel Archive Edition and Gallery Size is the name of it. Of course, Larry.
I like that. Did you see the preview for those? Those look cool. I mean, it's still
Marvel Archive and Gallery. Is that what they're calling it? Are you talking about this? I mean,
the new thing they're coming out with. I think it's the Archive Edition. They're doing the Black Costume Saga and the Secret Wars. I think those are cool.
Yeah, I've only seen them in previews.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But they look neat.
Important question before we go. Did the two of you mention your favorite pizza toppings?
Wow.
Well, I'm already half an hour past when I said I needed to get off, so F that.
Yeah. So what's yours?
I like usually pepperoni, mushrooms, black olives, mushroom black olives. I feel like there's another vegetable I get. Not green peppers. Maybe tomatoes, but I usually just get pepperoni, black olives, and mushrooms, and onions. Yeah, that's enough. What do you get? What was that pizza you just had? Was it cheese or did it have
it was just cheese. I do like a plain cheese. But if I'm going topping, if it's a thin crust, I would do sausage, onion, green pepper. I don't know if this, I genuinely don't know if this is like a thing outside of Chicago, but like here, usually like the house pizza is sausage, green pepper, mushroom, onion. If you had your own spot and it was called Jess's, the Jess's pizza would be sausage, mushroom, onion, green pepper. John's, like that's everywhere. Like their pizza is that. Is that like a thing outside
like a Chicago thing? I haven't heard of that.
I kind of thought it was. Yeah. So like, the sausage, but I do it without the mushroom. I don't like mushrooms. Yeah. Unless they're gonna. Never mind.
Make it psilocybin.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Think the matte, more printy paper might be more expensive these days because it's used less and thus produced less than the high gloss paper. Even so, I'm fine with paying a
That's
premium.
actually a good point. Yeah.
I'd rather have matte or semi-glossy too. Jim Stranko wasn't there this year. He often spends time with each of his fans. Wonder if this is the end of an era.
That dude's old as hell.
Oh yeah, I don't even talk to my friends at work in the bathroom. Best barbecue, not in Texas. I'm just saying, Jewish Dragons researched it and we liked it. It was good. It was North Carolina barbecue, which is different than other places. I didn't get my milkshake from Omnidog. What? Did I promise you a milkshake? Or did I owe you a milkshake?
Ooh,
all right. Well, next time at Heroes, we will go to get milkshakes, James. I apologize. Oh, Sweet Lou's barbecue. Yeah.
Okay.
Jewish Dragons, I feel like you liked the food there. It was good, right? Yeah, I went to the Ballad of the Tiger, and he wasn't even there. He just went to the bathroom hoping to run into CM Punk.
That was funny.
Omnidog's Vault Discord. Up. It's Geo signing out. 3-hour drive by myself to wind down before bed. Johnny, you should join the Discord to see all the pictures everyone posted. I still have to post my pictures. I need to do it while people are still interested.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I do have a Discord. I can do that. I will do that. I recently got one. Or made an account.
Oh, it says to Razor. Oh my God. If we are the future, is humanity doomed? Blessings upon you, the Norwegian assassin. That's awesome.
I do like that.
Hey, CNSS, what up? Oh, Captain Underpants is here too. Elvira was a person at the convention. I don't think
It might as well have been, though, the Elvira convention, because she was the only one with the line. I mean,
that was the one locally that didn't have. That was like 3 hours ago that we talked about that.
yeah, that was the one that was like really bad, and I'm like, this is the worst show ever. And then the next week, I went to the one that was even worse.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Gangrel and the Brood. His entrance is awesome.
Yeah, what you do? They played it when he came out and fought with Blade. That's cool.
Gangrel was based on a comic book character from White Wolf.
There you go. I did not know that. That's cool.
Oh. Fantasy Cosplay Wrestling has done a few. Wait, Fantasy Cosplay Wrestling has done a few.
No, that's them. That was the company. That was them.
Oh, okay. Very similar
Yeah.
to what I was talking about, except more general nerddom, not horror. Okay. So they put
Yeah.
on the. Okay.
Yeah, because it was a horror convention, even though it was the middle of the summer, and that's why Elvira was there. And even though they had some of the wrestlers, like I think they just kind of go to the conventions, but it was a horror show. I was the Day of the Dead, Walking Dead. It was the Walking Dead convention, something like that. Day of the Dead, or it's called Days of the Dead, something like that.
I have enough people in the chat that love wrestling. This could easily just turn into a wrestling show.
I believe that wrestling is very popular.
Yeah. Kane's dipping out. Thank you, Kane, for being here. Just a sec. I have to respond to something. Okay. I will be up in 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I need to. Oh, Pity Ma's here. Hey, Pity Ma. August 20th, Johnny and I have the same birthday.
And Fred Durst.
First.
And Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy. He's also August 20th. Yep. And Greg Nettles, as we talked earlier,
right.
The third baseman. And Todd Helton, who is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah. From the Rockies, right?
Yeah. And then do you recognize this name? This guy is a badass, too, for my birthday. Mark Langford. He was a pitcher.
Mark Langford.
Yeah, he pitched for the Angels. That's where he was like most dominant in like the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
His birthday's also August 20th. I didn't know about him until I did that fun.
Wow, you and Bonk and Fred Durst.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool, man. Happy birthday.
Yeah, have the gown on. Got an IV with anticoagulant and connected to a machine called Impella, which is assisting with the blood flow. Have my own private room. Okay, good. It sounds like they're treating you right. And is your family there to smuggle you in like pizza or something? Or do you have to eat hospital food, which I know is not that great? The hospital that I have been to. Marvel Archives still use new colors. It's just reprinting the recent facsimiles they came out with, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think the paper's a little more matte.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I moved on to pizza.
I'm with you.
Sausage and giardiniera on tavern style.
Giardiniera? Oh my gosh, you're not from the Midwest.
No, giardiniera. What is giardiniera?
Oh man, it's like pickled like hot peppers and stuff. Like they're like hot, maybe not pickled. Yeah, they're look up how you describe it.
Put pickled peppers on your pizza?
Well, it's like you'd put them on. It's mostly on the beefs, like an Italian beef. You get giardiniera on it. Like, have you ever had an Italian beef sandwich? You haven't because you've never been here.
I've never had giardiniera. I can promise you that. What's that?
Yeah, it's like
peppers and what else?
Here, I'm just gonna have Google tell me. It's a spicy, crunchy, tangy Italian condiment or pickled vegetable in an oil or vinegar. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, so it's got like carrots, sport peppers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're it's very tasty.
It sounds tasty on tavern style pizza.
Yeah, I would do it with the pepperoni, but I'm not gonna hate on him for doing it on sausage. But yeah.
What up, Cage Grant? Good to see you. Yeah, I need to sign off before it comes morning.
I like that. That was cool, dude. And you're Jess. That was nice.
Sweet Lou's was pretty solid overall. The highlight was the pulled pork, in my opinion. Sauces were quite good. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you liked it because it was a good recommendation, I thought. Oh, well, thanks, Pity Maw, for following. I really have to get off. I'm ready to fall asleep.
I'm tired too.
I saw Todd Helton's last game, Rockies versus Red Sox in Denver.
Hell yeah. And this is my guy who's the birthday. Hell yeah.
Amy Adams and Robert Plant on August 20th. Wow, H.P. Lovecraft.
Wait, really? Go back to that list. I gotta take a picture of that. I didn't know.
Oh, all right.
Andrew Garfield, that one's the most shocking to me. Oh, heck yeah. I like that.
Nice.
I didn't know Robert Plant, though.
I can order Uber Eats and the nurse gets it for me, but my wife brings me lunch every day. Cool. That's good. Hey, Maverick77 Defender, what up? I don't know what this is. Did you like the new Kung Fu Kid movie? What's that?
Karate Kid. The new Karate Kid movie. Probably because of the thumbnail.
Oh, this is actually a comic book show. We're not really talking about karate wrestling. Although
right,
we are.
I do have a Cobra Kai shirt.
Okay, yeah, I have to really go.
Okay.
Because I'm starting to lose it here. Peace and love. I appreciate everybody in the chat that has been sticking with us, and new people too. Good to see you guys. It's always good to have Johnny on. We always have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. And then next time we talk, we're gonna have a Butterfinger taste test. Yeah.
So excited for that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that is gonna be great. So Johnny will definitely be back. Thank you to James for the thumbnail. Thank you to everybody for showing up. I really appreciate it. Johnny's great as always. And I will play us out with my Saturday Baturdays theme song, Peace and Love. Thank you, everyone.
Baturdays, Baturdays. Omnidog in the Minister of Comics. Talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the past.